Logo. We'll go over here.
Good evening, everybody. Glad to see you all tonight. We'll get rolling. We'll start with an introduction from Andrea.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Andrea. I'm here with the Community Language Cooperative. We're going to be practicing language justice so that we can hear and speak in the language that we feel more comfortable in. We're going to have simultaneous interpretation in English and Spanish. Once I'm done saying this message in Spanish, we're going to turn on the interpretation and you're going to see a world map on the bottom of your screen or three little dots or where it says more if you're on your phone or tablet. Please make sure to select that if you are not fully bilingual in English and Spanish. Hola a todos, mi nombre es Andrea, estoy aquí con la Community Language Cooperative. Vamos a estar practicando la justicia del lenguaje para que podamos hablar y escuchar en el idioma en el que nos sintamos más cómodos. Cuando aprendamos la interpretación van a ver un mapa mundo en la parte inferior de su pantalla o tres punticos donde dice more y ahí van a poder seleccionar su idioma. Si no son totalmente bilingües en inglés y en español, por favor seleccionen un idioma para que puedan escucharlo todo. Please remember to speak at a conversational pace to point me on the right page on the packet and speak very close to your microphone when it's your turn to speak and remain muted when you are not speaking. And thank you, we can begin interpretation now.
Thank you, Andrea. Apologies that I'm not there with you tonight. I have a cold, so I thought I'd stay remote and keep it to myself. I'll call to order this regular meeting of the Sheridan City Council for January 9th, 2023. Time is 7:02 p.m. Can I have everyone check in for roll call?
Madam Mayor, I'm just waiting for the last two to get connected.
Everyone is present besides council members. Oh, okay, thank you.
Yes, just a moment.
Didn't see them. Didn't see them enough.
Okay. There it went.
All members present. So we will move on to the invocation, followed by the pledge of allegiance. Please rise.
Heavenly Father, we're just so grateful for a new year. Quite frankly, I am happy to put 2022 behind me. And I think that this new year has many promises that are waiting for us to just go after it. I pray that those of us behind the dais here have the courage and the wisdom to reach for more and do more and strive for better. I ask, Lord, that you continue to bless the city of Sheridan, all of the folks that live here and work here and visit here, as well as all of the wonderful people that help run the city, those that help protect the city and keep our citizens safe. We ask all of these things, Lord, that you just continue to prosper the city of Sheridan. In the mighty name of amen. Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with
Liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Next matter, the agenda approval. Do we have any changes to our agenda for tonight?
No changes to the agenda, Madam Mayor.
Thank you. We'll move on to public comment. This is an opportunity for anyone who would like to speak to council on any topic that's not already on the agenda to do so. That's limited to 3 minutes per speaker. So if you'd like to be recognized, please indicate that if you're in the audience here in council, or raise your hand online. City clerk, can you help me with recognizing the person in the audience there?
Yes.
You can go to the podium.
Hello, how you guys doing?
Please state your name and address for the record.
You need to turn on the microphone. I don't think it's on. There you go.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So, you guys know who I am. I don't need to tell you my name. My address doesn't matter, but. So here we are again. And this time it's after I got arrested for exercising my constitutional right to record in public. So this all started with the public records request from Deborah Swenson's phone. And when I tried to get the records, the footage off of her phone, you guys ignored me. The city attorney Hayashi ignored me. It took several months. Finally, after coming back here several times, you guys gave me a response, Hayashi did, that quoted a CRS about a booking photo. So just some random CRS is the reason why he couldn't give me the footage, which is kind of weird. And then we decided to come to the city council meeting because, you know, you guys are refusing to follow the law and give us the footage off of Deborah Swenson's phone. And Granberry drafts up this administrative order, which is a clear violation and attack on the First Amendment, which states, it basically bans the entire First Amendment, but it states that we cannot record audio or video recording device without the consent of all persons whose voice or image is being recorded. So from the First Circuit, Glick versus Kniff, clearly states that we have a lawful right to record public officials in the course of their duties. We were here for business, guys. Me and along with 14 other individuals were here for business to do public records requests, and a lot of us turned the records requests in and still haven't heard back. So you guys have 3 days from Coral Laws to respond to the request. None of us have received a response, so more lawlessness by the city of Sheridan, right? So I guess, are you guys gonna help us create case law in the 10th Circuit? Because there is none right now. So like I said, the First Circuit, Clippers Commit, that is persuasive case law. It says that we can record public officials in the course of their duty. We were here for business again. So we'll see what happens, guys, when all of this is over. But another topic that's come up is that the Facebook page for the city of Sheridan, you guys have turned your comments off. So it seems like you guys can't stand transparency. I mean, you guys were refusing to give me the footage off Deborah Swenson's phone. You don't want to be transparent. And now nobody can make any comments on the Facebook page. Also, the Google reviews turned off. The last Google review was 8 months ago. When I go to newest, there should be hundreds of Google reviews of people who are upset about you guys violating people's rights. Granberry and Martinez. So Martinez and all of the, Lieutenant Mitchell and all of his people that arrested us, there's no qualified immunity, so we'll see how this goes. We're gonna sue everyone personally. I hope you guys are up to date on your premiums for your insurance, because it's gonna cost you guys a lot on that one. I'm beside myself, guys. I don't know what to say. It was also interesting that the entire police department was over here to put handcuffs on us for not breaking the law. The entire police department. People could have been committing real crimes, but you guys had the whole police department here to arrest free Americans who were not breaking the law. We'll be back every 2 weeks.
Thank you. And is there another speaker in the room there who'd like to come to the podium? Please state your name and address for the record.
My name's Snoopy. The address doesn't really matter. I was actually one of the individuals that was arrested too. Everything my friend said is true. I mean, I don't see how some of these people can sit up here with a smile on their face, hear this stuff out. This is a job you signed up for. Simple things like a record request shouldn't have to take bickering behind the scenes and months over something that's just simple, and then turns into more and more you just listen to an issue and then figure out how you can slam it. You know what I mean? Like, these are real issues and I don't see anybody dealing with them. I just see smiles. This man arrested me over here and says, we go by the Constitution. That was your words down there in booking, audio and recording. Those can't go away. You don't go by the Constitution. If you did, this wouldn't even be going on. And the biggest problem is stuff like that. People in charge that don't care about people's rights. And you guys sit here and sign up for this job. No one's squeezing your wrist to do this stuff. This is simple stuff that you were signed up for. And if I want to come here and make a records request, it shouldn't be that I'm arrested all of a sudden. Mine wasn't even accepted. I want to crack down on 88 too. My brother was here. He's another one that's got kicked out. Was not filming. Didn't have an interpreter. No ADA. Didn't hear a word. 15 or the whole Sheridan Police Department came up. Didn't hear a word none of you said. But he was kicked out of the building just the same. Just a person walking around. And y'all can hear this and then sit here, another smile. Then what if that's your child that just came here to do business? And the same thing just popped off. You're getting a phone call saying he's in jail because he didn't understand what was going on. And he didn't get service, he didn't get anything that he was supposed to do, but somehow he's sitting in jail or he's kicked out of the building for something that this building is for. This is what your job is for. Don't understand it. Like, things need to change. I don't know where it needs to be changing, but it does. Somebody in this place needs to step the fuck up. I'm telling you right now. You know what? Like, that man needs to be addressed by this council, not getting raises for violating people's stuff and then jumping on a bandwagon like this shit's okay. It's not okay. Like I said, what if your child came in here, has a disability? There's blind people that were in here that day. There's deaf people that were here that day. There was no compensation on an ADA. No interpreters, no nothing. This man didn't even hear a word you said. You kicked him out the building. But you go by the Constitution though, right, Martinez? No, you don't. You go by your feelings. And you hope upon a hope that every one of these people and the people below you will have your back. You don't go by no Constitution. And he damn sure doesn't do his job either. I don't know how he got a raise and how everybody thinking this shit's okay. It's not okay. Put yourself in somebody else's shoes. What if you came in and this just happened to you? What if it happened to you? Put yourself like that. What if you came here to do something that you were supposed to be able to do, but you're told, get the fuck up out of here, and if you don't, I'm gonna arrest you. Why?
Sir, your time's up, but thank you.
All right, well, we'll be back, like I said.
Anyone else there in the room? Thank you.
Hi, my name's Regan and I'm back. I asked you guys to evaluate some things last time I stood up here at the podium. I love, Desiree, how you look down and don't pay attention to anybody that's speaking. Look at you. Look at your snide face. Thank you to the rest of you. Whitaker, I think you show great potential up here and I want to thank you. I'm reminded though that we're at Stasi Junction. This is called Gestapo Junction, Martinez, and it's being led by you and Cranberry. You know what, Cranberry, keep your head down. Don't look up because you will get no respect from this podium because you don't deserve it. Look at you laugh. You think it's funny, don't you? What is wrong with Sheridan? What is wrong with this place? You say a prayer for the people that live here? That's nice. Do you say a prayer for the people that you steal from? Photo radar? That's initially what brings people to Sheridan. You guys know that, right? Initially. Because you're stealing from people. Your police force sucks. It sucks badly. And you know damn good and well that your turnover is a problem because you end up with Gestapo leaders like this. I'm sorry you don't like the phrase.
I'm listening.
It's America.
I'm listening.
This is America, not Gestapo Germany. Stop acting like it. You think we're going away? You don't think we're going to play your game, Cranberry? Because that's exactly what you're playing. And you're playing with fire. You should have listened to the peaceful people. You understand that America, its citizens, its residents are tired of this kind of government? All we asked for was a records request, you punk. And you turn it into arresting 5 free Americans for simply recording? What are you hiding? What are you afraid of? And you know what? I misspoke and I said that your staff wasn't doing their job. What happened to your clerk? Your clerk actually does her job. The upstairs staff knows their job. It's this crap that's led by this bullshit downstairs that doesn't know their job. And you think arresting 5 people for recording is something to put on your professional resume? You dumbass. You're an idiot. And that's why you're in Sheridan. Who leaves Denver after 25 years to come be the leader of the Gestapo? Jeffrey Martinez. And gets all 30-some of his cops to follow his orders because he reports to this dumbass right here. You guys have the power to fix it. Fix it.
Anyone else there who would like to speak to council?
There's
We have
3 here.
3 online, we don't have any others in the room at the moment.
Sorry, I can't hear that. Whoever's speaking.
My apologies, Mayor. We have 3 online, there are no others at the moment in the Chambers.
Okay. I'll recognize the folks online. I see a Tracy Shell.
I'm sorry, can you hear me?
Yes, you have 3 minutes?
Okay. My name is Tracy, and I'm just a concerned citizen. I've actually, the people that are there are people that I really care about. And I'm concerned because you're the mayor. Your police department arrested 5 people. You had men and women come with guns, tasers, pepper spray, torture cuffs, all for a camera, because they wanted transparency. They wanted to do their business. And you have a town manager who thinks that's a problem. Well, I don't understand, how is that lawful? You guys just create laws and, you know, I mean, I understand you can have a policy, but shouldn't that be backed up by a law? I'm really disappointed. I mean, someone got hurt that day. But your police officers, you're in charge of them. They're your people. And you people that sit up there have a say in what goes in your town. You're elected there. It's disappointing, and it's sad that was the plan, to arrest those people for bringing cameras in. I don't know, that's all I've got. I just think that, I hope you do better.
Thank you, ma'am. We'll move on to Josh.
Can you hear me, everyone?
Yes.
Yes.
Wonderful. My name is Josh Persley from South Carolina. I run an independent channel called I Solemnly Swear. Those are the first 3 words of the oath of office of not only the police officers that unlawfully arrested 5 citizens for exercising their rights, but those are the same words that I swore when I enlisted in the United States military. I gave up 5 years of my life to protect the freedoms of my friends and family back home. I don't know if anyone here is a military history person, but I was with a unit called Easy Company 2506. That is the band of brothers out of Fort Campbell, Kentucky, who were created in World War II to deal with absolute tyranny and disgraceful behavior by human beings. I haven't felt so moved to action since leaving the service until what I saw the other day. Every officer that followed Martinez into that building should resign, should be charged for crimes of tyranny, and any people on the board that I can't see that well from my phone, but I called in here. Anybody that is in here smiling, dismissing the concerns that we share, should resign from their post as a city official. You do not deserve the office that you hold. You do not deserve the taxpayers' money that you steal, and you do not deserve the authority that you have usurped from people that could honestly do the citizens of this country good. We have tragedy after tragedy in this country. Schools, Uvalde, murders in the streets, George Floyd, and we have tyrannical law enforcement and civil representatives that display their lack of understanding of the Constitution that makes this country run, and their failure to see their own tyrannical actions on full display in Sheridan. I have family in Sheridan that I would love to come visit for more reasons than just them. I would love to go to do a records request if you'll have it. If you don't, I would love to file a lawsuit against your tyrannical operations. But know that people from every corner of this country are watching you all. I will share this in South Carolina. People are sharing it across other states, and you're a disgrace. You do have a chance to do the right thing, your job, uphold your oaths, but I can say from what I have seen of the town of Sheridan, I do not expect that from you. That's all I have to say.
You, sir. We'll have next someone who's listed as Mexican and maybe participants online. Did they leave? No, they're there.
Zoom attendant.
We have Mexican. Do you want to speak to the council? Are we having technical problems on our side, city clerk, or is that on your side?
I believe that's on their side. I can hear you.
Okay, well, let's move on to someone else. We'll come back if you're still on. I'll call next on Antonio Martinez.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes.
I would like to say, Mr. Martinez, you are a disgrace to our last name. My name is Antonio Martinez from Arizona. I would like to thank these 5 citizens representing our rights. I think it's furthermore a disgrace to you all and your families that they have to endure your actions and witness what you are doing representing your city. Furthermore, you're a disgrace to these 5 citizens' families. I believe you owe them all apologies. And I haven't heard a word from you guys or a face expression even acknowledging that you care, that you're even sympathetic to what's been going on to this city that you represent. I think it's a disgrace, and I expect you guys to come up with not just a couple of nice words, but an action plan on what's going to be solved. I want to salute DMA, Sweet Tea, and Big Sis Regan out there for all of you guys for doing what you do, because if they didn't do this, what are you guys really hiding? As Regan said, what's really going on? I would like full apologies from all of you guys, because as the last person that spoke said, this is just gonna spread. It's beyond a disappointment, it's a disgrace. If you're a dishwasher, I expect you be the best dishwasher you can be. If you're representing a city, I expect you do the very best you can be. And it's a personal decision that you guys make to either care or not care. And again, they're gonna keep coming back, we're all gonna keep coming back, it's gonna get bigger, bigger, and bigger. So I expect you guys to do better and not just speak great words. And Mr. Martinez, again, you're the role model for your officers. What accountability are you gonna hold to make sure that they don't follow your ignorant footsteps? And I say ignorant because you're uneducated. You're not doing your job. You're not doing what you swore to do. And you're sure as heck not receiving your paycheck according to what work should be done. All you guys, I expect for your family's sake that you guys do better. Thank you.
Thank you. Let's try again with Mexican.
Hello,
Hello.
can you hear me now?
I can.
Good. I thought we lived in the United States of America, where we have rights as citizens. I've gone to plenty of city council meetings, town hall meetings, all kinds of meetings, and every single one of your face expressions matches everybody else's face expressions that I've gone through throughout the United States. All you guys just don't give a damn about people. You guys only give a damn about the people that's putting money in your pockets. Every single council just cares about money. You guys don't care for the people. The citizens that have elected you guys to sit in those chairs, you're not doing anything for them. Nothing at all. For what the town of Sheridan did, or the city of Sheridan, arrested independent journalists And the way that you guys are arresting them for is messed up. This has gone on throughout the whole entire United States. When citizens, private citizens request something from their city, they get this. They either get arrested, they get them for harassment, they get them for trespass, they get them for all kinds of nonsense. Bullshit that doesn't even matter. All of you guys work for the public. We don't work for you. You work for us.
That's right.
Just know there's more of us than there is of you guys. So if the government, I'm talking about the whole entire government of the United States, if there was ever a war, the citizens would win against the government, just so y'all know. All your little face expressions, especially you, Carol, that's sitting there in a bathrobe at home with your little smirk, like that right there that you're doing right now that I can see right now, that means you don't give a damn what people have to say. All you little city council members that are back there, all your little face expressions, your little nonsense, why are y'all there? If you're not here for the citizen, why are y'all sitting there? Are you just there for the title? Is that all you guys are there for, is the fucking title? That's all you guys want is the title of a mayor, the title of a council member, something to fall back on, say, scratch up on your resume is that title. That title don't mean shit to us. Remember, you work for us, we don't work for you guys. And for the little bullshit that you guys put up in that city is nonsense. Just remember what I said. There's more of us than there is of you. So now, when you guys have no qualified immunity in the state of Colorado, every single officer that was there present, we're gonna come after them, and I'm gonna help every individual that was arrested there with attorneys, because I have 3 attorneys in the state of Colorado, just in case I've ever been in trouble in Colorado. We're coming after them for the city of Sheridan. And make sure you guys have your insurance policies paid up and everything prior, because they're coming after you guys. You guys fucked up, and you guys got fucked up really bad.
Thank you for your comments. We'll move on to John Dale.
First of all, Granberry, Martinez, you guys are disgraces. At the same time, I was there that day, and I gotta thank you guys, because you guys are gonna be an example. Not the example that you wanted to be, but you guys are gonna make headlines everywhere, because you guys just didn't do your job right. I was there that day, and everybody got threatened with arrest if they didn't leave. Many got arrested, and that's not right. We're alive, we're well, and we're ready for this kind of fight for freedom, to practice our rights in any way that we feel. And these guys are not exempt here in Colorado. That's all I have for you guys.
Thank you. We'll move on to JD.
Evening, folks. I'm like the rest of these folks, I'm going to, hear my grievances as to the ordinance. You guys are getting terrible legal advice, to say the least. The First Circuit, which, the gentleman quoted at the beginning, which is Flint v. Cunniff, out of the First Circuit of Boston, upheld their rights to record public officials in the course of their duty. A most recent First Circuit Court ruling, which is Project Veritas, along with Martins and Perez v. Gross and Rollins, which were the chief of police in Massachusetts and the DA in Massachusetts, which not only can you record your government officials in the course of their duties, but you can secretly record them in the course of their duties. You also have Smith v. Cummings out of the 11th Circuit. You have Turner versus Driver out of the, I believe, 6th Circuit in Texas, or actually maybe even the 9th, I believe, in Texas. So you guys have really stepped in a pile of crap. Your legal advice is junk. The gentleman that passed the ordinance, that put his name to it, is just as much on the hook as the rest of you who voted it in. You guys have just opened yourself up to a world of hurt. And no offense, but these people came peacefully. You don't know what anybody else is going to do. And I'm not saying that that's acceptable. I don't condone violence in the least. Nobody, anywhere, anytime should use violence unless it's to protect oneself or members of the public that are in extreme danger. Don't get me wrong, don't twist it. This is the way it is. People do things for the wrong reasons. These people are doing it for the right reasons, and you didn't want to listen.
Yep.
You may get people that are gonna come out there and do it for the wrong reasons.
Yep.
And you open yourself up to a world of hurt. This is not the hill you want to die on. This is what you need to fix, and they're asking you to fix it. Do what you need to do to fix the problem. You shouldn't be in this position. You should have not listened to the attorney who is giving you the worst legal advice ever. And the fact that the gentleman, I don't know who Mr. Granberry is, I could care less. The chief of police that's over there sitting there giggling and smiling, the two of them acting like nothing is nothing. You know, every person that's sitting over there just laughing and giggling and acting like nothing is nothing, they're not gonna be doing that when they're sitting in front of the depositions. It's not gonna happen. They're not gonna be laughing because it's not gonna be funny then. Because guess what? They're on the hook. The town is on the hook. Fix the problem. Fix it. That's all they ask. Make it easy.
Thank you. Your time is up. Move on to Billy Barthel.
Yes, good evening. Thank you for allowing me to speak. I'm from Newcastle, Delaware, so I'm on the opposite side of the country, but my father and I are actually watching this, and he's the city administrator for the town that we live in. Excuse me, I just had a coffee fit before I took the mic. And we're both finding this very, let's say, uncanny of Americans, especially as the city government, to have arrested 5 independent journalists within a city building. We had an incident out here within the past few months where a journalist was doing the same thing, and a state trooper arrested him. Now, all of the cities and municipalities in our state learned very quickly that that was not a good thing to do. And our city learned very quickly to embrace this new culture. We're about 5 to 6 years into this new, excuse me again, sorry, this new auditing culture we have. Everyone has a camera. Everything's being recorded. You guys record all activities within your buildings every day with the CCTV. It's no different to have these people come in and have their cell phones to record their activities for their own personal protection. This ordinance that the city administrator passed is clearly unconstitutional, as JD stated with the prior rulings from the circuit courts. So whatever legal counsel you have, you might want to rethink the money that's going into said counsel, because you're opening yourself up to further litigation from circuit courts. There's a lot of issues going around with the Second Amendment, and the Supreme Court's facing those. And I guarantee you, once they start easing off of them and start listening to the First Amendment cases, you're going to have issues. Florida faced an issue with the panhandling thing. The Supreme Court said that panhandling is a First Amendment activity, First Amendment protected activity. What you guys are doing here is just opening yourself up for further lawsuits. So whatever you have to do in the future, just think on the words and just look at what's going on in the rest of the country. You may not like a camera in your face. No one does. We used to love it. We used to wave and smile at the camera. But we're in an age now where everyone's got a damn camera. Cops have body cams. People have dash cams. Just get over it. You may not like it. Go home and complain to your family at the end of the day. But we work in a public sector, and we have to just deal with it. If you don't like it, put on a smile and then complain to someone after the fact. You don't have to waste the resources from the police department and all of the after effects for just people with a camera. So thank you for the time. I know my time's up, and I appreciate it.
Thank you. Next we'll have Jeremy Merritt.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, Mr. Martinez is a disgrace. It's unbelievable. As somebody out here, you guys probably already recognize there's people from all over the country right now calling in because everybody saw this and we're appalled by it. It's disgusting. I don't know how you folks think that you can turn a First Amendment activity into a crime. It's just horrible. And myself and my family and everyone I know that sees this wants to help. Donate money, whatever we can do. And I hope you guys get sued into oblivion. I hope it's painful and I hope you find a new police captain. Have a good night.
Thank you. Next up, we have Jody.
Hi, my name's Jody, and I'm from California. And I am among the many who watched this unfold live and was so appalled. You just can't imagine. My jaw hit the floor. I thought, wait a minute, what's really going on here? This is about one small city in Colorado who wants to make a name for themselves by violating Cora law. That's all this is about. It's about Cora. You don't want to comply with the Cora laws. It goes back to one little picture off that lady's phone. And then when it escalated, you wanted to send it to your city attorney. And your city attorney wanted to make threats. And he wanted to violate it by citing statutes that didn't apply. So when this group of independent journalists said, well, let's teach them about Cora law. We'll just go in as a group and we'll take our cameras and we'll have proof that we submitted all of these different Cora requests. And you know what you chose to do? You chose to come in and arrest them all. Your city attorney and your city manager conspired to create your little legislation or whatever it is, the order, that isn't legal. There's no statute on it. It's not law. But they decided to come up with this little rule that you wanted to have for your city hall. Of course, it doesn't apply to you because you photograph everybody who walks into city hall without anybody's permission. But you decided to use your new little rule that isn't a law to arrest 5 free Americans, 5 journalists, and seize all of their journalism equipment. That's a whole nother violation of federal law. You seized the journalism equipment of 5 independent journalists. You injured one of them. In fact, you injured at least 3 of them. They have shoulder injuries. They have nerve injuries to their wrists. One young lady even had to be taken to the hospital because Mr. Martinez's little cronies decided to try to choke her. Is this really what you want to get out of approving one Cora request? All you had to do was approve that initial Cora request. It was very reasonable, and none of this would have gone down. So the country is watching. The country is disgusted, and we're all on board. So little quiet Sheridan,
Thank you,
Colorado,
Jody. Your time
you
is
got
up.
our attention, and it ain't gonna end well. It's not gonna be pretty,
Your time is up.
and we're gonna make sure of it.
We'll move on to Indiana Auditor. We have Indiana Auditor, good job.
Hello, are you there?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, hi, I'm a free citizen of America. I go by Indiana Auditor, and it drives me nuts I've seen this not just Sheridan, but all around the country. People who don't understand the Constitution and the First Amendment, they don't like being filmed. What do you have to hide? I don't understand. Free Americans walk in with a camera. You guys have cameras everywhere. And officer, are you seriously gonna go around and arrest people who are just walking down the street because someone has a video for their doorbell or something like that? People, it's the First Amendment. We are allowed to look at our employees, and I don't care what your lawyer said or what judge says. A number of U.S. courts of appeals have held that in certain circumstances, the First Amendment protects the right to record audio and video regardless of whether police or officials consent. The Constitution right would override any state or federal laws that would otherwise prohibit such recording. And I don't know what power you have, Mr. Mayor, and all of you citizen or council members, but you need to get rid of this officer and replace him first. And I'm sorry, I keep stuttering because it's pissing me off so much, but everyone else basically said what I wanted to say, so thank you very much. And it's not just the United States that's watching, it's the whole world. Thank you.
Thank you. We'll move on to Rami.
Hello. Yeah, hey, boy, this is really difficult to watch. I'm looking at everybody from a different state. I'm north of you guys. There's been people calling from around the country. Yeah, there's probably people watching from around the globe. This is, last I checked, is 2023. There's a lot of technology around the world right now. So, yeah, you guys are in the spotlight. It's difficult to watch. When I look at the council members, and I look down, I said, I think there's a lady there. I think she's praying right now. It looks like it anyway. Yeah, the one to the oh, good, okay, thank you. Listen, we're talking about paychecks right now. That's what this whole conversation is, and I don't know how to say this nice to you guys, but I look at this whole scenario that's going on, and I'm looking at a room full of cowards. Because you will not do what is right. Right now, we've got so many problems in America. If you want to deny election problems, go ahead. If you want to deny healthcare problems, go ahead. If you want to deny what's going on really with people and what's been recommended with their healthcare, go right ahead. But you guys have these things are way more important. Let's arrest the First Amendment auditors. Now, who did it? None of you on the council arrested anybody. Mayor, Florida, you didn't arrest anybody. Who did it? It was the guns and the badges that worked for underneath you. You all worked for the people, but it was the guns and the badges, the order followers. And you know what? I'm going to come back to what I already said. We're talking about paychecks. That man and his goons do not care as long as they're following your orders. And you people are going to stand by and allow this to happen. Really? Please, you guys, do the right thing. Mayor, have a meeting with, I'd like to complain, they also offer solutions. I think that's important. Please, Mayor, have a meeting with the council, the board. Exclude the town manager and the police guy and come together and say that the only way we can fix this is we've got to get a law enforcement officer that's going to enforce the law and abide by his oath. And not what he's just told to do, because if he doesn't do it, he doesn't get his paycheck. He's got mortgages to pay. He's got, I don't know his story. He's got bills like everyone. Every one of us are debt slaves. And that's what's holding this in. That's why you're here right now. Because every single one of you are debt slaves. And that's why you're sitting there. And I hope you're really listening. Because you're not making any difference. Because all you care about is your paychecks. Get real. We have a lot more important things
is done, we'll, move on to, Adam.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm calling because I saw these journalists get their rights violated and arrested in front of thousands of people who were later able to watch it on YouTube. Fortunately, I just want to express my disdain for the law enforcement of Sheridan for violating their oaths to the U.S. Constitution, to the Colorado Constitution. They know better than that. They know that there's no privacy in public. We've got the open field doctrine. We got the plain view doctrine. Katz versus United States, Hester versus United States. These police would be happy to use the plain view doctrine or any of these case laws to support their need to bust somebody for drugs if they saw it sitting on somebody's car seat, you know? But then when it comes down to supporting our rights to record in public, oh no, there's privacy in public. We can't let you video record through a glass window in a public building. How does that make any sense? It doesn't make sense. These oath breakers need to be fired. These oath breakers cannot be in charge of enforcing laws after taking an oath, a sacred oath before God to defend our rights. As a society, we need to press for transparency. Press for it. Watching these cops dishonor their oaths in front of the whole world, it makes me want to cry. People are a disgrace. These cops are a fucking disgrace. I'm done. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cuss. I'm sorry, I'm done. I said what I need to say.
Thank you, Adam. Next we'll hear from Free Americans.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
I'm gonna give you a little bit of background on me first. At 18 years of age, I signed a blank check to this country. At 35 years of age, I signed another blank check to this country. I have been a mayor of a city. I am former law enforcement. And I got news for y'all. Y'all are rights violators. I have never once, when I was a mayor of a town, did I ever say that you couldn't bring a camera in and video in public. Never once would I do something like that. And y'all have inspired me. I used to watch these videos, and it would make me irate. But y'all inspired me. Now I'm gonna pick up a different type of weapon in the form of a camera. And I'm not too far from y'all, so I'll be down there and I hope you arrest me. Because my team of lawyers is gonna eat you alive. You're a bunch of rights violating scumbags, and you all need to be removed from office. And I'm done.
Thank you. We'll move on to Efren Brown.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Hello, I was one of the 15 people that was there that day to peaceably exercise my rights. I filled out a records request legally with all the information on it that I was legally obligated to give. It was my first dealing with government in public, to be honest with you. I'm agoraphobic. I get panic attacks in public sometimes, and I don't like dealing with the public like that, but I felt very confident that day. My heart rate didn't raise even slightly when I was going in, because I knew I was allowed to do it. There's a sign that says all parties need consent before you can record. Well, you didn't ask for my consent. And I offered to turn my camera off if you turned yours off, and you just ignored me and looked at me and just kept threatening me. I'm so mad at you guys right now. I'm a citizen of Colorado. I'm not going anywhere. How dare you guys use violence to enforce feelings that day? You hurt people. You scared people. And for what? To protect 2 or 3 people that were a little bit offended that day? Screw you guys. Seriously, I'm done. Thank you.
Thank you. Next we have Dave Smith. Dave?
Yeah, hi. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah, I just want to voice some concerns over what I seen happen there in Sheridan a couple weeks ago. I've been watching this unfold since November and watched the DMA go down there and challenge your order. It's not a law, it's an order. And watch the arrest go down. I was concerned about how rough the arrest was. I mean, you could hear him on tape or on this video where you say, hey, you're squeezing the cuffs kind of tight. And then as soon as he walked in front of the camera, you could see the officer putting his arms way up in the air. That was unnecessary for what he was being arrested for. And then to take him downtown, which is uncalled for. It was just too much for what they were being taken into custody for. This is just wrong. Just wanted to give my 2 cents. Thank you.
I don't see any other hands up at this point, so we're gonna move on to our staff reports. City clerk?
Yes, Madam Mayor, I just have 2 things. So I just want to thank everyone for attending Arlene's retirement party. It turned out to be a great event. And then the other thing I wanted to let you know is that there are charging cords up in the middle of the dais for you if you need them. So I've added those up there. And that is all.
Thank you. And City Attorney, do you have anything for us today? She's still on.
He might be on, yeah, he's there, but
Okay, I guess we'll move on. City Manager, what do you have to share?
thank you, Mayor. A few items tonight, not too much. Just to round up from the holiday season here, wanted to thank everybody again for attending the holiday party. It was nice to be able to have a holiday party after 2 years of not being able to do that. I want to thank the VFW for hosting us. That worked out really well. I want to thank Outlaw Barbecue for doing the food. It was outstanding, excellent. And then I want to thank staff, especially want to thank Jenna for all her efforts in putting that together, as well as on Arlene's retirement party as well. Thank you for that, appreciate that. The only other thing that I wanted to update council on is some great news in that the Ready to Work program through Bridge House was awarded. You might recall, quite earlier last year, Sheridan, Littleton, and Inglewood applied jointly to the federal government for a grant to support the Bridge House Ready to Work program, and it was awarded over the holidays $1.5 million. Awarded to the Bridge House Ready to Work program that will be locating here in Inglewood. They are on target right now for redevelopment of their building. So we're still looking at later on this year though, before they'll be up and operating. But having these additional funds, this $1.5 million in grant funds will make that that much easier for them as well. So we look forward to that. And thank Congressman Crow's office for helping expedite that grant submittal. So that's all I've got for this evening. Be happy to answer any questions for council.
Thank you. Chief Martinez?
Yeah, I just wanted to touch base on our Christmas efforts for the children this year. So we were able to serve over 75 children with presents. That's with help with Christmas Crusade. And then also with Monahans did a large collection of toys and money that we were able to distribute to many of the children in our area. So just want to bring that up to date and wish you all a happy New Year.
Thanks, Chief. All right, we're gonna move on to our minutes. Minutes of the regular city council meeting of December 12th. 2022.
Martinez is a hero.
Motion made by Councilmember Stang, seconded by Councilmember Hall. Anyone have any comments on the minutes? Please cast your votes.
There's people saying that they didn't get the income.
We have a vote of 6-1. Councilmember Stang, did you mean to vote no? Can we clear and re-vote on that?
There's gonna be another. I know. Oh, you wanna tell them? All right.
There are none there.
I'll go post it in there.
And vote is passed unanimously. Next, we'll move on to the consent agenda. Authorize disbursements that have been or will be made from December 1st, 2022 to December 15th, 2022 in the amount of $429,078.43. And authorize disbursements that have been or will be made from December 16th, 2022 to December 31st, 2022 in the amount of $994,277.07 per the referenced and attached transfer funds. We have a motion from Councilmember Whitaker and seconded by Councilmember Smith. Any discussion or questions on the consent agenda? Please cast your votes. Motion is approved unanimously. Next, we have resolutions. We have resolution number 1 of 2023. A resolution of the City Council of the City of Sheridan, Colorado, designating the posting location for notice of meetings of the City Council and all other local public bodies of the city. The motion is made by Councilmember Smith and seconded by Councilmember Daigle. Any discussion on resolution number 1?
Devin, does this mean that, just posting the council, meeting locations will just happen on the website and not in writing anywhere?
No, it's just designating that, it's one of the places that we will do it. So every year, this is basically a housekeeping measure. At the beginning of each year, you're required to, pass a resolution that identifies all your different, posting places. You have to designate official posting places for that. And so what the ordinance would do is then set up where all those locations are.
Any other questions? Okay. Can we vote, please? Go ahead and cast your votes. Motion is approved unanimously. Next, we have resolution number 2 of 2023. A resolution of the City Council of the City of Sheridan appointing Jenna DeRupo as city clerk. Motion made by Councilmember Smith and seconded by Councilmember Kelly. Any questions or discussions on resolution number 2?
No.
I want to say I'm very excited for you to start as our clerk, Jenna. I think you've done such a great job when you're substituting for Arlene, and you've been really instrumental, of course, in getting us set up with our new software. So I really do appreciate everything you've already done and look forward to what you're going to bring to the role of city clerk. Mr. Granberry, go ahead.
Thank you, Mayor. And I just also wanted to echo the mayor's comments and thank Jenna for everything she's done for the city and everything that she's going to do in her new role. Really appreciate and feel very fortunate that we have someone of Jenna's caliber and quality to be able to step into the role of city clerk. That has been filled and was filled ably by Arlene for all those years. And so we feel really, and I feel very, very fortunate that we have her on staff and look forward to working with her for many years to come. Thank you, Mayor.
Congratulations.
I just, wanted to also echo the, is your mic on? Yeah, that's all. Can you hear me?
Their accolades are
I just wanted to
nothing.
echo, I am so very happy to be able to close to her.
Oh, look what we did.
Better?
Yes.
I can also yell. I'm good at that. But I just wanted to congratulate you, on a job well done. You've done really, really well. Filling in, learning the steps, learning the trade. But, you know, I'm very proud of you. You're a Sheridan kiddo. And that is awesome. That really is very cool. That you know the city, you've lived here, you grew up here, your mom worked, I mean, your family has lived here. And it's a generational thing, so I'm really pleased with that. Thank you very much for stepping up. And, I believe I told your mom the other night that you're probably smarter than she is. And in that, my dad had told me one time, a long time ago, that as generations come along, each generation hopefully will be smarter than the last. And that's exactly what I mean, because your mother was very smart. So, thank you so much. And thank you to your family. And I'm really happy to see you here.
Thank you all. I'm really excited for this opportunity, and I'm honored and proud to be the next city clerk for the city of Sheridan. So I know I have big shoes to fill, but I am up for the challenge, and I'm really excited. So thank you all.
Thank you. All right, I guess we should make it official and vote. That motion is approved unanimously. Next time we have mayor's choice. Back to the subject of Jenna. I just want to thank you, Jenna, for all your work on the Christmas party and then work on Arlene's retirement party. So thanks for being party planner for the time. And I just want to express my appreciation to council. I appreciate all of you, and I know you take your responsibility of being council members very seriously. And you look out for our constituents, and you care deeply for this city. So thank you all for your service today and every day. That's all I have. Do we have any council members who'd like to speak tonight? Councilman Whitaker.
Yeah, I spoke with one of the residents down at Bear Creek Village, and she had brought up the print newsletter again and how much she loved that and being able to read it over and over. And I'm hoping that we can continue to look at maybe bringing a print version back, because I think it's really important, especially if social is gonna come and go. I want to have a print newsletter. She had also mentioned that there was gonna be a wall along 285 that would be a sound wall, and I just figured I'd ask and see if anyone knew anything about that. When CDOT had put that together, they had built like the supports for the wall, but hadn't completed it. You know anything about that, Devin?
I'm sorry, I do not. I could follow up with our public works to see if there was something maybe way in the past on it, but I'm not aware of any efforts current.
Would you have any problem with me looking into it?
I'm sorry?
Would you have any problem with me looking into it?
There's an entire process to go through with CDOT for that, and it has to go through the jurisdiction with the city to do that. Be happy to work with you on that.
Okay.
And we can bring you up to speed, I think, on efforts that have happened in the past on that. And I know Randy has some history with that. We can talk to you about what are the opportunities and what are the options along those lines.
Okay.
Okay.
So Randy? And you?
Yes.
That being said, I don't know if Dr. Cog, the 285 study, if anything, a bottom wall came out on that. I don't believe so. So,
Not,
I don't know anything about it.
Councilmember Davis, not that I'm aware of. I could go look again, but I'm not aware of.
Yeah, I don't.
Those were mobility and transit options
Right.
and not necessarily.
Sound very.
Right. So we can take a look, but I don't recall anything
I don't either.
as part of that study.
I don't believe that there was, so. Not sure. Unless it was something from years and years and years ago, which could also be true. Yeah. Okay. Anything else, Councilmember Whitaker?
Okay.
Okay, Councilmember Smith?
Yeah, I'd like to thank the city for getting Excel to repair the street light at the top of the hill. It's actually wonderful. Some of the neighbors asked, maybe we could get a street light on the north side of the hill, probably adjacent to 39 or 3195 South Clay Street. There's an empty lot. Looks like they could probably put one there. That part of the hill is pretty dark on the north side. So if we could do that, but it's really nice to have a nice light on top of the hill. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else from council? Okay, we'll move on to another opportunity for public comment. If there's anyone who'd like to speak to council in person or online, you can come to the podium if you're in person. You're invited to be first in line then, and if there's no one in the room, we'll switch over to online comment.
Yeah, watch that, that's gonna fall.
Hi, it's Regan, I'm back. I wanted to put some facts on the record. A lot of great public comment tonight, talking about some great ideas. It's very disappointing that none of you brought up a discussion item on this bogus administrative order. It's an order written by Granberry, and you're not present city attorney tonight. None of you even thought to say, hey, Bill, where are you? You don't want to hear from Bill? None of you want to hear from Bill? None of you want to make a motion and be bold and maybe get a second? Sally, are you busy right now, or what's up? Can any of you be bold? Make a motion for discussion on this issue and get a second. Show us how you can do it. The people are depending on you to do this. You have the power to do it. Is this what you signed up for? Toy drives, carnivals, talking about tiny tots becoming city clerks? Come on. Seriously? Seriously. Community is not government. Government has specific function. And it's not community gatherings and parties. Streetlights, I like that. That's good. You know, these five free Americans have protection orders on them. Did you know that? From Arapahoe County? Because this coward couldn't even cite these people with a city ordinance. He took it to the county level. Is there a Wade Chester here tonight? Anybody know Wade Chester? We're supposed to stay away from him. He's a victim. He was told he was a victim of some cameras. And so the five people with protection orders are supposed to know Wade Chester. No Wade Chester here tonight? Okay, I guess we're not violating the protection order. You see these things you could make a motion on and discuss? Yeah, legal matters, I understand. You got to keep those in executive session, but somebody make a move and discuss this dumbass running this town. You gave him a raise. You gave him a raise in December when I told you to fire him. $185,000? You pay this fucking moron? No, I'm not gonna watch my language. Language is part of free speech. And Sheridan better get on fucking board with it and not interrupt my public comment. Stick your fingers in your ears, Sally. I'll just talk louder. Remember how you said you could yell? I can too. It's all subjective. You don't like language, but you like theft. You like stealing from random strangers with your photo radar. You like violence induced by this police chief that undoubtedly you pay almost just as much,
Time's up. Thank you.
$185,000.
Thank you for your public comment.
Fuck
Your
you,
time's up.
Cranberry.
See, they use the language and try and get a response out of you, so just.
Anybody else in the room who would like to speak to council?
Devin Granberry is the city manager.
I have never met a government that hates the First Amendment more than the city of Sheridan. I can say whatever the fuck I want to say on this podium for 3 fucking minutes. Cursing is free speech, okay? Not only do you guys hate transparency, you refuse to give me the public records that I have a lawful right to get. You violate Cora laws. You draft up some bullshit administrative order that's a piece of paper. I can write up a piece of paper too. No red shirts, whites only bathrooms. I can make up any piece of paper. It's not a law. You guys arrested us for CRS 18-9-117, unlawful conduct on public property. Did you know that my friend Regan Benson got charged with that crime in Denver? And guess what the DA did? She dismissed it in the interest of justice, because the DA over there is a little bit smarter than the people over here in Sheridan, than Granberry and Martinez and Bruce Williams, Officer Bruce Williams, who wants to choke my friend Liz, choke her when she was being peaceful. Nobody was violent that day. You guys were the violent ones. And you want to choke out a woman, Bruce Williams? You guys want to put me in an armbar lock when I was being peaceful? I wasn't resisting arrest. And then we have Moscow, who comes down in the holding cell and taunts me. He says, "You're going to call me sir." You guys remember the video when he kept doxing me on my live stream? And I said, "Hey, stop doxing me, call me sir." So what did he do when he's down in the holding cell? He opened the door, he looked at me, he said, "You're going to call me sir." Taunting me because he thinks he has authority over me now because I'm in a holding cell. We're going to see who has the last laugh, Martinez and Cranberry. You guys are all going to get sued. You guys are a disgrace. You hate freedom. Fuck your administrative order. It doesn't mean shit to us. We're free in this country. We have the Constitution and the Bill of Rights. And you swore an oath to protect it, Martinez. Do better, man. Unacceptable. Free speech. People died for our right to do what we're doing here. I was not hurting anyone. I'm here to conduct business. That's it. If I want to do a public records request, I have a lawful right to do that. And you guys ignored me. You guys created this whole conflict. Just answer the Cora request. You have 3 days to respond. We're going on 6 months now. Still nothing. And just like Rika said last time, I implore all of you people on the city council to recognize that you work for the people, not for Cranberry and Martinez.
Amen.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'd like to reiterate like the same thing that's going on here. Once again, you sit up here and you hear people come up here with their issues, and then it's just a fucking laughing stock like that. Just putting every time somebody came up there to say something, you're over here looking down, you don't give a shit. You're praising about somebody getting a job, but nobody has addressed here what the fuck is going on. Like literally what's been going on for like half a year since that incident. And then now we're over here fucking around with people's lives and nobody cares. There's somebody that can do it. Like right here, you seem like you want to do something, but like you might be scared to do it because of some kind of peer pressure. I hope you really get your shit together and somebody does, because like I just said, apparently it's okay to just kick people the fuck out of the place. My brother's death didn't even have a camera out walking around doing something. Y'all think that's okay? Just tell them that hey, he has to leave. And if you don't, you're gonna be arrested. He didn't even know what the fuck was even going on. Like literally, what if that's your kid? That's what I'm saying. He gets out of school, whatever they're doing, they come over here to do legit business, but you're getting a call from jail that he doesn't understand what just happened. And his explanation is he just came in to do business. The same thing everybody else did. and somehow it's okay. You guys never even addressed anything up here. You heard everybody's stuff, and then you go to like the street lamps and thanking you for a job. Where the fuck is Bill at? You want to talk about when you heard coward up there and he said no? That's a fucking coward. Where's Bill? He's the one that writes this shit up and wants you guys to take the fall for it, but he has no 2 cents out of his peanut gallery to come up here and say anything. Once again, you don't work for the government. You don't work for that guy. You don't work for him. You work for the city of Sheridan, for the people. Not one issue I see is addressed. When somebody comes up here, you try to listen to it and then find out how you can cut that down, how we can make that some reason instead of addressing the actual issue. Like, it's just laughs and people are not giving a fuck, like, and trying to tell people what to do. It's not okay. A big thing is ADA here too again. You think it's okay to just walk up, tell somebody that's blind or deaf, and then just expect them to know what's going on? Mr. I go by the Constitution, Martinez. When we go to court, realize everybody you march the fuck up there, I'm calling as a witness, okay? I hope they don't purge themselves or think they gotta go on with their colleagues and shit when they're on the stand answering those questions. Do you know the elements to the crime? The CRS that doesn't have a recording statute or anything in it. It doesn't even have what I got charged with has nothing to do with recording. What just happened in arraignment? This was all over recording. You're not getting out of that. That's all over recording, but you don't charge me with something that has nothing to do with recording. Plus, you can't get out of, everybody that's arrested was told they were getting trespassed. You can't trespass charges. Where's that charge at? Because you didn't tell everybody. This man didn't even hear you. So what about that too? So he's spreading with the rest. He doesn't even hear a word you say, and he's got to leave.
Thank you for your comments.
Yeah, you guys need to address it for real.
You're okay
It's
with
not
the
going
language
away.
now, aren't you?
It's not going away. It's on record at this point.
We're gonna go online, at Michael's story.
That's because I paved the way.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi. Yeah, I'm just a normal father of 3 that witnessed everything that went on in Sheridan. And I think it's kind of ridiculous that people can be arrested for pointing a camera towards a glass where their eyes can see in. I don't see how y'all can just stand by and just not address that, fix the problem, and then move on. I see the Martinez and Granberry sitting over there, the blankest look on their face that they don't care about anything that the people are saying. And I just don't know. I have kids that are gonna grow up. I'm over here in Louisiana, another part of the United States. But everybody's watching. We see how y'all act, how the faces are paying attention to the people, and it's not right. I'm not gonna yell and scream. It's kind of like you do that to children. I don't think y'all are children, so maybe you'll listen. Maybe you'll actually stand up and just fix the thing. The dude has a request for a photo. How hard is that? Doesn't make much sense to me. You all took an oath, and you're breaking it. You have a new clerk that's gonna come in. I'm guessing she's gonna have to swear in on to the Constitution. Hopefully you teach her a little better than the ones that are already sitting up there. And I hope a few of y'all just address it. Let the country calm back down and listen to the people that are actually in there talking. You got people that are paying attention and want things to be done. I don't have much more to say. I just wish y'all would do better. I support auditors. I think they're doing a good job that shows how the public, or the servants of the public, how they act. I don't know, it's kind of ridiculous. How the police act, they point out how they act. They're ridiculous. I just think, you just need to address it. Get it on the table, do something. Give the guy his picture, man, and move on. Do things better. I guess I'll wrap up, but love Regan, she's awesome. Love DNA, love Sweet Tea. I think they're doing a great job, and I think they're gonna keep on. I know they're gonna keep on. They have hundreds of thousands of supporters that are gonna follow them, so they're gonna keep going until something changes. Make the change, that's all you have to do. I appreciate it. That's all I have to say.
Move on to Michelle Christo.
Hello?
Hello.
Okay. Okay, glad you can hear me. I just want to say that the order that was signed by Granberry or whoever, it is unconstitutional. We live in a country of laws, and we have to abide by them. And so should everyone. And that whole building is filled with tons of cameras everywhere. And yet we would have to pay to get access to them, because we do have rights to get access to them. All the people that were there, they were asking for a FOIA request, and no one on this council has addressed them. No one has said anything. You guys all thanked each other for what a great job or whatever. You guys are not doing a great job. Martinez, I think he's been in law enforcement for like 25 years or something like that. He had to leave Denver, Colorado, and I believe he has some shady or black marks like on his record. I do believe I did see that. So you might want to take a look at why did he come to Sheridan and bring a lot of the people from Sheridan over, I mean from Denver over here. And
Granberry thinks it's funny.
The people, police that were there that day, which was almost the entire police force, were rookies that came out of the academy. So they're following the leader, and the leader is not leading in the best light. We all saw what happened that day. And I'm from Overland Park, Kansas, so that's where I'm calling from. And so you got all these people from all these different states, and we're watching. We're seeing what's happening. This is the only city that I've seen that has done what happened. No other city across the United States has done what happened there. These people were arrested. They were hurt by those police officers. You should have seen it. It was like 30 cops in there. For what? They were doing something that was lawful. They were citizens going into the town hall. And all they had was they were recording at the same time, which gives them a record for themselves of what action took place there. And we all saw, the whole country saw what happened. And those cops didn't care. And Granberry, he didn't care. And there was no reason for it. These people were not breaking the law. They were not committing a crime. If they were committing a crime, we would have seen it. They weren't breaking the law. And you guys, that council, needs to address it, get rid of that order because it's not lawful, and to get rid of the charges against those 5 people. And
Your time has expired. Thank you for your comments.
Next, we'll hear from Warren Stanley.
I'm sorry, good evening. First thing I want to talk about is the fact that you have disabled the text chat in Zoom, which means that people who are deaf or mute cannot participate in the conversation. I believe that would probably violate.
Yep.
Moving on to the matters at hand. I watched the situation unfold live on YouTube live streaming. When it occurred, I watched the entire, what I assume is the entire Sheridan police force pour into that city hall. It looked like cockroaches coming into that building from upstairs. It was disgusting. Okay, let me explain something to you. These people had cameras. They didn't have weapons of mass destruction. They were there to document their interactions, which is Supreme Court upheld. There are plenty of Supreme Court case laws that reaffirm the right to record your public officials in the capacity of a duty. It is a public place. They did not go past the house. They stood in a publicly accessible area and they recorded their public officials. You have so many cameras mounted on those ceilings that there is nobody in that building that should have an expectation of privacy. My YouTube channel of Warring Sandwich, I currently have a post on my community tab of the response from Sheridan, when I put in a public records request for the footage of those cameras. I was denied access to that footage. The fact that I was denied admits that that footage exists, admits the people behind that glass have no expectation of privacy at all. None. These people were engaged in a First Amendment protected activity. They were injured They were kidnapped, assaulted, held against their will, and extorted out of their money by people like you all who are paid by theft. Every penny government spends is stolen.
Yep.
Every cent. And you all benefit from that theft. How dare you? I have a minute left and I yield my time to Reagan Benson. I love you all. Good night.
I'm sorry, but that's not.
Thank you. I'll take the last
It's 3
52
minutes per
seconds.
speaker.
That was
I'm
very
sorry,
nice. I really
it's-
appreciated
it's
that. Wasn't that
3
nice of him,
minutes-
Mr.
3 minutes per
Granberry?
speaker.
Wasn't that awesome?
That's not the way
I mean,
it
we
works.
only have like 43 seconds for you to listen to me. That's not a big deal, is it? Is that a problem? I mean, 3 minutes per person, right? I can go ahead? Okay. I would implore you, once again, City Council, to make a motion to discuss this issue. See who's going to be brave enough to second it and get that administrative order thrown in the trash. Thank you, Mr. Granberry. That was very kind of you.
Okay, next we have Tracy Shell online.
Sorry, you know, I hear and I listened to this and it made me ask, what is the city council's job? I mean, you work for the city to make it better, correct? When all of you were listening to the people speak, you all were doing something else, like Martinez, he was on Tinder or whatever he was doing on his phone. Everybody else is looking down. One lady, she's fluffing her hair and plugging her ears, and I don't understand. I mean, these people are angry. They're upset. They're the people. They're the citizens. They're what you guys are there to do better for. You're to listen. I'm in Kenosha, Wisconsin, so you don't probably give a rat's ass what I'm saying. But at our city council, every month they have a time at the end besides public comment where they also address what they heard last month. And you know, they can't do all of them, but they pick a few and say, look, we worked on this, we worked on that. Some people aren't gonna be happy. Some people will be, you know, happy that they at least pretended to care about it, or maybe they really did care about it. I know you're not happy with the language, but do you want this at every city council? You know, it could be 200 people next time calling. They're angry at what they saw. I mean, and then you guys pat each other on the back for great job at the Christmas party, great retirement party. Are those your big issues? Are those, you know, is that what people come to hear? They come to hear that you're working on their issues, that you've listened. Mayor, I saw you actually look a little concerned when the people were talking, so I don't know you, I you know, but you look like you care. So I hope you do, because these people aren't here just because they want to scream and yell at you guys. They're here because they feel they were done wrong. And what your, you know, city manager did, it's wrong. It's just cameras. They don't hurt anybody. Are you afraid that you're doing something that shouldn't be seen? I mean, if you're doing something wrong, maybe don't do it anymore. Don't worry that someone's gonna record you. I don't know, I understand you don't like the language and you don't like getting yelled at. Then maybe do something about it, or at least talk about it next time. Say, hey, we worked on this, we worked on that. Or maybe take Regan's advice and make a motion to say, we're gonna get rid of that, you know, unconstitutional policy, because that's all it is. It's a policy he made up because he didn't like the cameras. I saw him yelling that one day like a fool, just screaming that people couldn't record him. I mean, this is a whole lot of time taken up for nothing. So that's all.
Thank you, Tracy. We'll move on next to Nate R.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Hi, I'm actually live in Pennsylvania. I am just appalled by everything that I have witnessed tonight. I've been following this since the beginning. There really was a moment where there was a gentleman sitting He's directly to the right of the empty seat in the middle, and he had several expressions on his face. And when he went to raise his hand, I thought, finally, we're getting, somebody's at least going to acknowledge this, and he didn't, and I was dumbfounded, like I said, appalled. Like everybody else has said, all you guys did was pat yourselves on the back for what a great job at our Christmas party and retirement party, and it's like, how could you possibly sit there and ignore what is very clearly the biggest issue that your city has right now and will continue to get bigger? I mean, the lawsuits are just, they're gonna be through the roof. My profession is actually a filmmaker. I am a producer. I actually have a documentary on Netflix currently and one on Paramount Plus. And I'm just telling you guys, like, if you want to be the subject of an investigative documentary on your city and on your council and your police department, like, you're going down that road, because that's how angry I'm getting. I'm literally sitting here saying, maybe this should be the next documentary that I do.
Yes.
I have a lot of connections. Like I said, I have a documentary on Paramount Plus right now. I can make it happen, and there will be worldwide attention on your city if somebody at this meeting does not have the guts to stand up and address the issue that is at hand. That is clearly the biggest issue right now that you guys are dealing with. That's all that I have.
Thanks, Nate.
Some serious issues.
Next we have Antonio Martinez.
Yes, maybe you guys don't understand professional language. I think a lot of these people are being too nice. I think you guys are a bunch of fucking cockroaches, and once the spotlight shines on you, you run to the dark crevices and pat yourself on the back, and then you guys go back behind these walls when reading is over, and you fucking smile in the face when you know before you go to sleep tonight and you look in the mirror, you're gonna understand you do a shitty job. You don't know how to do anything you're being paid. I doubt you can wipe your ass better than you're doing your fucking job. And so that whole room must smell like shit right now, because all you guys must be is shitting on yourselves or didn't wipe your fucking ass right, because you don't know what we're trying to tell you. You guys command these citizens to submit to losing their rights. I command you guys an apology. Give them a fucking apology. Address what the fuck we're all meeting here right now to say. You guys are just fucking sitting there, smirking. Next person. Oh, thank you. Comment over. What the fuck is wrong with you? Let me tell you what. You don't want your child's rights to be violated, do you? You don't want somebody to come and fucking rob your child, right? Oh, they violated their rights. You don't want somebody to target your fucking personal family, do you? Well, don't target them, because that's what you're definitely doing publicly. And all these lawsuits, they're definitely gonna get, all you guys are eventually gonna get ousted. This is not gonna go away. All that's gonna happen is it's gonna get worse. Violence is gonna pursue, and people are gonna pursue means outside of this public platform. I suggest you do your fucking job. Sarah, I see your face right now. You feel like a fucking alien cockroach in your robe right there, just fucking doing nothing. What are you gonna say to these people? At least a fucking apology? Hey, we're hearing you. Hey, we have an ear. I'm listening. Hey, I'm taking notes. What the fuck are you doing? Drawing Mickey Mouse down there? And Martinez, you are damn near a disgrace to the entire police department of all over the place. I expect your officers to uprise and come against you. Get your fucking ass ousted. You don't do shit for your fucking people. Fuck all you representing Sheridan. DMA all day, motherfuckers. Official like the whistle. Wise man once said, you guys are fucking competent. Look at you just sitting there. You guys are fucking a joke. You fucking jokes. I'm gonna keep calling you fucking jokes and cockroaches and lazy ass pieces of shit all fucking my whole time. You wanna take anybody's time away? Shit. You don't want me to give it back to Ricky, do you? Shit, what's your name? Granberry? Do your fucking job. And before you guys go to sleep, look in the fucking mirror. How are you gonna go to bed tonight? Looking at yourself like you know you're a piece of shit. Antonio Martinez told you you're a piece of shit, motherfuckers. All Arizona thinks you're a piece of shit. We're laughing at you. All of you, your city, wrong. All you representatives. Fuck you. Fuck you, Tara. Tara, fuck you, baby.
Thanks for your comments. Next we'll have Sam reports.
We gave them a month. They had a month to fix
Can
it.
you hear me?
Yes.
Good evening. I'm calling because this is just how I see it. The one thing that the mayor clearly has failed the citizens of that community. He is in dereliction of the city because he's gone against his oath to America. Because he's broken his oath to America, I think that he needs to be replaced and a special voting to remove him from his seat since he won't uphold the law of the land. Secondly, the cop, who seems to be the head of the chief of police, doesn't seem to want to do his job, which he took an oath for, and what I witnessed was basically an act of terrorism against the American people of independent press. So he also needs to be replaced ASAP. When you commit an act of terrorism against the very people who are working over their hard-earned money by paying taxes, you have to be held accountable. If you can't honor your oath, then you have no business being in any position of power. Just that simple. Honor your oath. It's the U.S. Constitution. Forget the crimes you're committing here. You're doing what you're doing under U.S.C. Code 242 and 241, under the color of law. You've broken the law, you've made yourself criminal, and you need to be held accountable. Do a special election, get rid of this person who's considering himself a mayor, and then fire the guy who committed this act of terrorism against the free press in this country. Good night.
Thank you for your comments. Next we'll have Indiana Auditor.
Yes. Hello. I'm sorry, but I keep watching and I just keeps getting me more frustrated. So I want to dedicate the rest of my time to you guys, the council, because it seems like everybody's talking about the same thing. It's going through one ear and out the other. I want to have a reply. I don't know how your board meetings go usually, but I want you to speak right now.
Watch Granberry shit his pants right now.
Can you speak? I want to hear it. What do you guys, how do you guys feel about this?
Excuse me, if you'd like me to speak, I will. Council.
Yes. Continue.
Council doesn't respond necessarily. Consider everyone's opinions and we can either respond when we feel like it's the right time to respond or we don't respond at all. That's all right.
Okay. All right. Well, I would really appreciate it if you guys did respond to this after this, because you guys did take an oath. And Martinez, you're an asshole. Resign. You don't deserve the job. Thank you.
Thank you. Move on to Cindy McLaughlin.
So they're not gonna talk?
Ms. McLaughlin?
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
Cindy.
The problem that I see going on with this entire city is you've got a chief of police who acts like he's untouchable. From coming from Denver to coming to this city. He is doing your city no service. Neither is Granberry. Granberry is doing you no service either, and neither is your city district attorney. Okay? When I mentioned the mere words of, I hope your insurance premiums are paid up to date, I got told that's what insurance is for. And that came from your chief of police. Okay? So let me tell you who that reminds me so much of. It reminds me of a little town in Texas called Leon Valley, Texas.
Yep.
And let me give you a quick synopsis of how well that worked out for Leon Valley, Texas. The chief of police that called a false press conference to arrest every citizen journalist there was, he no longer has a job.
Yep.
Okay? The city administrator who said we've got insurance to cover every one of these civil rights violations that are going on, guess what? She no longer has a job either. And that city paid out over $500,000 to their victims of the unlawful arrest. Do you want to be the next Leon Valley, or do you guys want to pull your stuff together as a city council and do your job and get rid of the people that are causing the problem? Get rid of Granberry, get rid of your chief of police, because it's nothing but trouble. And I live in Nevada, so I have seen every bit of this from beginning to end. This is totally and completely unacceptable that this has been allowed to go on. Your chief acts like he's done nothing wrong. I encourage all of those people that were arrested to sue your city and file civil rights lawsuits against your city. Maybe then you'll start to see where we're coming from about you need to do your job and start making changes before this costs you out of your bank book. This is ridiculous. You guys have a job to do. Not sit here and play these games. This all could have been stopped with one action. Not doing what you guys are doing to these people by arresting them for civil rights that they have a right to explicitly do. I'm sorry, but we have a right to film our people that do our jobs in our cities. We have that right. So I'm just letting you know, please do your job. This is really looking bad on you guys.
Time is up now, thanks. Next we have JD.
Hello,
Right.
I just wanted to read something to you folks. Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof, or abridging freedom of speech, press, or the right of the people to peaceably assemble and to petition their government for redress of grievance. That is the First Amendment of the Constitution that you folks, all of you, swore to uphold and defend. And right now, you are spitting on the graves of every soldier that died for that. You are spitting on the veterans that fought for it. And you're spitting on the people that are trying to invoke those rights, their natural rights. You were born with them. You were born with them. And you're trying to violate them. Not only that, but if you go into your Colorado Constitution, Article 2, Section 2, and Section 3, those rights are also the same. You folks are sitting here and you're playing this game of, well, you know, we're not gonna, you know, we don't want to answer. We don't want to answer to you guys. We don't want to answer any questions. We don't want to deal with the situation. And I get it. Nobody wants to be berated for 2 hours on end. You know what? It is what it is. But you created the situation. Had you just given the guy the picture, it would have been done and over with. If she deleted the picture, you should have dealt with her on that end, where she deleted the picture. She knew it was a crime. She was told not to do it. That's a crime.
Yeah.
The fact that you guys have shut off the chat, that is ADA. That is American with Disabilities Act. You can't do that. You're violating people's rights right there. And you still don't care. You're sitting here going, oh well, you know, it is what it is. We'll deal with it later. You can't deal with it when it comes up and it bites you. And it's gonna. The woman that just told you, that's no joke. That lawsuit was Zinda versus Joe Savaggio and Kelly Kunstler from Leon Valley, Texas. And that ruling just came out in June or July of this year. Over $500,000 to those people that were involved in that. And you guys are doing the same thing. I just don't get how you don't understand that what you're doing is wrong. and you're sitting here and you're acting like, well, and you're having a hard, fix it. You can fix it with voting on it. It's not that hard.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Nice to see you.
Hello?
Mary, you're muted. And then, online Mexican, you have, you're up.
Mexican.
We can hear you.
Reagan, can you do me a favor? Can you pan up your camera towards those two assholes, please?
Do you have anything else to say?
There we are. So right now, I'm currently in Juarez, Mexico. Okay, covering a story down here. Okay, when I'm done covering the story here with the border crisis, I'm gonna make my way to your guys' town. And look, you little city manager, pussy ass bitch, you little fucking asshole Jeff Martinez. If it wasn't for that gun and badge, bro, you'll be bad, bro. You're a little punk bitch. You're an old man. You ain't shit but a bitch. Well, you little city manager guy right there wearing the glasses, tell your two daughters I said hi.
Oh, that is inappropriate. That is completely inappropriate.
I'm done.
I'm sorry, you said what?
No, just it's inappropriate.
Tell my what? Tell my what? We didn't hear that.
He loves this confrontation. He loves it.
No.
This
not
is
sure.
enough hate and vitriol from this guy.
This is hate. This isn't hate. This is freedom of speech, buddy. It's freedom of speech. It's freedom of speech. It's not hate.
It's vitriol and threatening.
It's not threatening.
Why are you so angry?
It's,
Bringing up his children, this is.
I said hi.
Mm.
It's not threatening. I just said.
What are you?
Now
you
we
talking
get
to-
dialogue. Now we get dialogue.
What are you?
Is there
Wow.
anything you'd like to
It's
say,
sad.
sir?
It's sad that this is what they've got.
This really.
You're
is
sad.
No, it's sad that you guys don't do anything.
You're addressing the
It's
children.
very sad. It's very sad. Yeah, it is very immature. It's immature that you guys don't do anything. You guys ride up.
He goes to the point of threatening my family just to get a response.
Nobody threatens you.
know,
Shut
just
up,
to get a
Granberry. You're
response.
interrupting his
Thank you.
comment.
Mr. Granberry and Mr. Whitaker will both be quiet and let Mr. Mexican finish his talk.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
I ain't in your family, bro. Rewind the tape. You have tape. You can rewind it. Nobody put in your family. Let's make it clear.
Look at him. Look to him.
Right.
Looking to the
Yeah.
It's freedom of speech. If you think that's a threat, then you're in the wrong business, buddy.
Yep.
You should
He's
resign.
digging.
You should step down if you're in the wrong business. It's not a threat. You can rewind it. You can rewind it all you want. Anyways, it's very immature that the way that you guys are acting and not protecting the citizens. Very immature. Very immature. You guys need to figure out to get this little letter written up by your guys.
Next speaker.
Hey, you gotta move me like that.
Wasted
Time's
30,
up.
wasted 30 seconds of his time.
Yeah.
Yep.
Greetings, Sheridan, Colorado. As a former resident of Colorado, Granberry. I enjoyed my time in Colorado and, pretty, fellow citizens, from across the world express their displeasure with Colorado. Concerned me. It concerned me to the point that my paternal line has been here since the early 1700s. My paternal line helped heal family has invested in our country to be successful. In 1789, the country voted on the Constitution, ratified. A Constitution which each and every member of this council swore an oath to. I'm not seeing that oath being withheld, with the exception of the mayor, who seems to have a respect for the First Amendment. And the fact that we have one of several avenues of the First Amendment in order to redress our government, which is what's occurring tonight. And that is a beautiful thing. However, the actions of certain members of the government in Sheridan to stifle any part of the First Amendment or any other rights that are guaranteed to us by our Creator is appalling. I believe you should look within your heart to find a resolution to that, to return to yourself, to return to that oath, to uphold your oath that you swore to the people. And you didn't just do it for your town or your township of Sheridan. You did it for all citizens of this country. You swore an oath to all citizens to uphold all of our rights. Please, I implore you, return to that. Return to that oath and do your duty. I thank all of you for your public service. Have a great night.
Thank you, Raymond. We'll move on to Jody now.
Hello again. I want to address something that was said a few minutes ago by Granberry. He said it was sad and immature that this is how we resort to safety.
That's all they got.
What's sad and immature is that his $185,000 wasn't enough to pad his sorry ass. Instead, he went and passed an administrative order. He and Hayashi and Martinez got together and went, how can we really stick it to these guys? We really hate these damn journalists and their cameras. We just can't stand being on their cameras. So they drafted this administrative order and he signed it and y'all agreed with it. Because we just can't stand the people. They're disgusting. We only want their money. We don't want them to know what we do with it. We don't want them to see how we act and what we really think. That's what's truly disgusting. Madam Mayor, I see that you're actually giving some respect to the speakers tonight, and I appreciate that, because we're coming to this from our hearts. I'm watching online with over 420 people on one live stream. It's being live streamed on many platforms. Many platforms. There's probably well over 1,000 people across the country and internationally watching Sheridan, watching these fools, Martinez, Granberry, Hayashi, make fools of your city and sticking it to the people because they're saying, we don't give a damn about you. All we care about is we don't want to be on your camera. We don't want to have to come up with the Cora requests. We want to hide them. We don't want to distribute the City Hall cameras. No, we want to hide them because it makes us look stupid. And it shows the people that we don't care about them. That's what they're trying to hide. Or is it something more? Is there something more you're trying to hide from us, Martinez, Granberry? What are you really trying to hide from the people? You're both pieces of shit. We're disgusted. I'm done.
Thank you. Next we have Josh.
everyone hear me?
Yes.
Good evening again. This is Josh from South Carolina. To Martinez and Granberry, and I guess everyone else listening. I wanted to ask if anyone in that room even understood the First Amendment. I spoke with my city hall in Clover, South Carolina, and not a single person did. But the reason I pointed the two of you out is, of the people that I would say it's most important to understand what happened here, it would be the two of you. And your actions, saw again around the world, have led, sure, the denial of the request as well. But you marched every single available officer to violate these people's rights. The community, and that's moving on from that. The community that is involved and concerned with this are not quiet people. We've expressed lots of different emotions and trains of thought with you tonight. With what the journalist from Mexico said, there was no threat. He had clearly, just before mentioning anyone's daughters, said he was coming up there to conduct interviews. He was coming straight up there as soon as he was done with the story he was currently on. So I just wanted to dispel any threats. But to further this, there are channels in this community with over 2 million subscribers. If you think this is the worst it will be for in a public, court of appearance.
Yep.
This is what we look for. Unfortunately for your city, this is what we look for. 18 million views on one video. I just did a special on it yesterday or 2 days ago. And I cannot wait to see what the community really finds now. The speaker before, I believe it was Jody. I cannot wait, Martinez and whatever your name is, the other one, to see what people uncover when they start doing requests on every internal affairs complaint within your police department.
Yep.
And they put that information on display. I can't wait to see what all funds have been misappropriated. How many complaints have been made by the citizens of this city? People are going to be looking. And the last thing I will say is to the gentleman that does the docuseries on the Netflix and wherever else, please reach out to DMA Regan. And if you can't get a hold of them, reach out to me, and I solemnly swear, and I will put you in touch with these people, because the world wants to see what will happen with this. It affects us all. Thank you.
Next up is flabbergasted period.
Can we take a break at some point?
Can you hear? You can hear?
Yes.
All right, I'm obviously one of these people watching on YouTube right now. And just like everybody else, I've been watching from the beginning. This whole thing started with a First Amendment violation. The first law of the land, everybody knows that law. This whole thing is stretched for months now because you guys don't want to be held accountable for what you've done. You guys made a rule to stop these people from coming in there and doing what they're supposed to be able to do with an ordinance. This is ridiculous. Mr. Martinez, all these people here, all you guys are looking around like it's nothing, like it doesn't matter. It matters. This is very important. All you people are staring at your computers, ignoring us. We're serious. This is not gonna go away. You guys know what you're doing is wrong, and we're sick of it. You're trying to single-handedly, all by yourself, start a revolution in this country. Stop crapping on people's rights, start doing your jobs, and take this serious. We're very serious about what we're doing, and you guys need to start paying attention. Martinez, while you're looking around acting like nothing matters to you, I want you to know You be sentenced to a lifetime on YouTube of shame. Here, all your life, until you die, you'll be on YouTube. All you people who weren't the this there, you also are on YouTube till the end. You should all be ashamed of yourselves. Good luck with all the lawsuits. I hope you guys have to shut down.
Thank you. This one, all for news.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. I'm calling I'm actually calling from Hollywood, California.
This is the longest city council meeting these people have ever had. They're getting very irritated.
Going on, and I also want to shout out to DMA and Regan. I would like to interview for my channel, and I just shared this on my news media thing that goes out to over 2 million followers. And the biggest reason why I'm talking today is because I'm just flabbergasted about what I'm seeing with this police chief Martinez, because I have family that's in law enforcement, and you're a disgrace. And I wanted to tell everybody that's watching this video to go to the Department of Justice. I want everybody that has behind a computer screen, I want you all to file complaints to the Department of Justice so we get a civil rights violation going against this police department. You, Martinez, need to be investigated. Your police department needs to be investigated. And what you did in violating all these journalists' rights, you should be fired, period. So, and, the case law is out there. Everybody, it's stated. I mean, DMA was stating it even when he was being arrested, that his rights were being violated. And then you got this guy and I'm not going to disrespect anybody in this meeting, but the city manager needs to be fired. Who the hell do you think you are? You think you're like some legislator or something? You could just create laws? This is just the beginning. And the gentleman who works for Netflix and Paramount Plus, I would like to get on board and help you as well, because I have a lot of people in the Hollywood industry that is definitely going to be looking upon this, and I would like to also chime in and help. I think that you guys there need to get it together. I think that you there at the city council need to pay attention and get it going, because we are just getting started. And I usually don't get involved, but now you've got me involved. So you guys better watch out. Thank you.
That was
Regan
a
can have
threat.
the rest of my time.
Yay.
No, we're not
Can I?
sharing time. Everybody has their 3 minutes. Next up is Free American.
So I was on here before, you already know my background. I got a question for you, Madam Mayor. How long do your meetings usually last?
Not this long.
Go ahead and share what you want to share with us, please.
Oh, so you're gonna disrespect me by not answering my question. Okay, so you're a piece of shit. Just like the rest of your council. And all of you saying watch your language, I got news for you. The Supreme Court has already said that one man's lyric or one man's vulgarity is another man's lyric. It is protected speech. We have the right to redress our government or our grievances. Now I'm gonna make you a promise. I'm gonna be at every single one of your city council meetings, and I will be there to speak in person from this point forward until your police chief, I won't even mention his name because he doesn't deserve the airtime, and your city manager, who I won't mention his name because he doesn't deserve the airtime, are removed. And when I'm there to speak in public, I damn well better get the same respect that I gave my citizens whenever they spoke to me. And I will pay attention to them and not be working on my phone or playing around on the computer, screwing around doing anything else. You need to pay attention to the people that are up here talking. Don't be looking down, don't be looking around, don't be playing with your hair. Pay attention. We are the people, not you. You are elected. You could very easily be removed from office. I'm gonna make you another promise, Mr. Police Chief. When I was in the military, my specialty was counterintelligence. And I still have a lot of friends in the NSA, the FBI, the CIA. I'm gonna make sure they have your name, and I'm gonna make sure they do a deep dive on you and the city manager. And when I get done, I'll see you in federal handcuffs down in Florence being escorted into the prison. I guarantee you have dirt in your past. I guarantee you have skeletons in your closet. I'm gonna find them, and I'm gonna expose them to the world. And if you think I can't, try me. I'm gonna be at every single one of your frickin' city council meetings from here to the end of the goddamn century, I swear to God. I will take time out of my personal business to drive down there and make sure that you hear me every single month. And if you have more than one meeting, I will be at every single one of them. And you will listen to me for my 3 minutes. You will not interrupt me. Because if you do, you will restart my 3 minutes and listen to me again. I have 3 minutes to say whatever the hell I want to say. And you, by God, better pay attention. You better pay attention to everybody else that is speaking. I guarantee your meetings only last for about an hour. And this one's gone on for at least 2.5. You're all worthless pieces of shit. And you need to take a long look in the mirror tonight and decide what you really want to do. Whether you want to keep putting up with this, or whether you just want to bow out now. Fuck off.
Nice.
Thank you. Next we have the rabbit.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Some angry citizens.
Alright, first, I wanna go ahead and say that you're in a lot of panic now. Because there's not a single Supreme Court case that actually says that, talks about cameras and freedom of speech. That's all in circuit courts. Supreme Courts have actually made rulings for limited public forum and non-public forum, saying that you as the city council and mayor can designate that as a limited or non-public forum, allowing you to arrest them for trespass, loitering, or disorderly conduct for the purposes of them doing whatever is against the policy of the building. So they're wrong, and they are a silent minority. I guarantee you the majority of your city wants you to shut these guys down and keep them down. Because it's not against the Constitution. It's actually, and recording is considered speech, not press. DMA is not press. It never will be. Press doesn't make a story about themselves. They make a story about the subject. They're lucky you didn't arrest all 15 of them. How much time do I got left? Because I still got more.
1:34.
What a
Well,
dummy.
there's gonna be one card for me at the end, but fine. But, let's see. So, what's my track, man? What happened?
God is punishing
Hopefully,
you.
someday I do get to see I'll put handcuffs on Denver Metro asshole. Cause he needs them. And take his Karens with him. I'm gonna cut it short, cause I got camera shy. Thank you for your time.
We're watching the rabbit.
That was the best one.
Was it Fraud Patrol? Who was that?
Oh, he choked.
Very eloquent.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
I'm talking because I'm coming from Monument, Colorado. I live in the same state, and I am really, really embarrassed of this. And did you even think about the U.S. Constitutional 10th Amendment? The U.S. Constitutional 10th Amendment says it's up to the people to decide this, and as well as the U.S. and as well as the First Amendment. And as well as everything else that has gone on. And I am embarrassed as a Colorado resident because of this. Because this has to stop. Because I am watching this, been watching Regan Benson for so long, for about a year, and this has been going on too long. I am getting angry because of this. It is pissing me off. So you guys need to stop this now. I am not gonna be told not to do this, not to do that, because I have rights, and she does too. And I am could congratulate Regan Benson for allowing me to watch this on her YouTube channel, because this is nuts. It is really embarrassing, and I'm worried that's gonna spread to my area of the state of Colorado, which I am not gonna allow.
Oh, it's already there.
It needs to stop. So, Regan Benson, if you like, go ahead and continue doing what you're doing, because this is nuts. I don't know what to say anymore, because this is frustrating me. It is frustrating me that I cannot go there, because I don't know what the heck is going on when it comes to this. I don't know why you are doing this in the first place. It needs to stop. Thank you so much, Madam Mayor, for allowing me to speak.
Thank you for your comments. We'll move on to Free Beard.
He needs a break. But he
Oh,
can't
can you hear
do
me
that.
now? Yes, hello, Madam Mayor Peter. Thank you very much for allowing me to speak publicly. Your city's in a bad way right now. You guys are making the whole country look bad. We gotta put a stop to this. Our constitutional rights are fundamental. It's not gonna be acceptable if people continue violating them. We're not gonna take it. No, we're not gonna take it anymore. Now, you've shown over the last, I don't know, 20, 30 minutes, that you guys can just sit there and do nothing. Where was that the first time all these auditors came in? Where was this inaction then? Where was this live and let live?
Right.
Where was this looking down at your paper, looking away? Where's it at? Instead, kidnapping, violence, assault, all by the hands of law enforcement. I spent 5 years in prison. I've seen it many times. I know what power is capable of doing when it is unchecked. It's gotta stop. It's gotta stop. I yield the rest of my time to Regan.
Not giving you any time. At this point, we're gonna take a recess. Have a recess for a 5-minute break, and we'll be back. If you stay online here, you will be in the queue still for handout. Thank you.
Awesome. We're gonna be here till midnight. Love it. If anybody needs to use the restroom, peasants, go downstairs. Only these people can use the bathroom upstairs.
You want to just set that up so it doesn't fall? Go use the brushing.
There goes small man. Suit's too long. Can't even get his sleeves right.
Should put it over there with them. It'll be fine right there. I just make sure it's sturdy, you know what I mean? I'm going to have to get in between the chairs. Make it stick it down a little bit so it's not so high up. There, I think that's good. It's not gonna fall.
Oh, look, he's back on Tinder.
Yeah, look.
Hashtag
Martinez
Martinez
back
does
on
Tinder.
his cell phone. You've been on your cell phone the whole time, man, looking down, not even paying attention.
We
bro.
got a new hashtag. It's Martinez does Tinder.
Hashtag Martinez and Tinder.
Martinez does Tinder.
Martinez does Tinder.
Follows the Constitution though, right?
Follows the Constitution, that's what you told us, man, remember? Remember when we were down in the holding cells, man? She said, you follow the Constitution, remember that? We all laughed you out of the room. Nope, I didn't touch it, I'm not touching your camera.
We can just leave it like that, right?
Yeah, you can leave it like that. I mean, you should probably.
Oh, shaking hands. Look at this. The love. The love.
I'll guard it. I don't want to touch the camera, but he's gone now. Mr. Constitutional guy over here. Follows the Constitution, man. He's out of here. Honoring his oath, man.
Just have Donnie move it if you move it.
You better go pee. You better go pee. It's only got 5 minutes.
I gotta go as well, but I think someone should escort me
You're leaving?
to the restroom.
Oh, girl, I got you.
Oh, okay, we can go together. Should I leave this in
Johnny,
here?
you wanna hang out and talk to my chat? Talk to this chat? It's not my chat. It's,
Yeah, wait for me, sweet tea.
Yeah.
I can't really have anything to do with that. Oh, you can't.
It's my,
This is Sweet Tea's camera. Look, we're taking a break, y'all. We're gonna go to the restroom.
Can you tell this one also?
I've got my camera on your camera. Hey, y'all, stay tuned. We're taking a potty break. We'll be back. So, my stream, if you want to watch this camera, you go to my stream and watch the camera.
I'm gonna put it like that. All right, so her stream is watching my stream is now watching hers. Guard our cameras, y'all.
Don't get tired back there.
I'm getting exhausted.
Yeah.
You guys are wearing me out.
I'm just surprised the security guard isn't up there anymore.
He's there. Yeah, he's there. He pointed me to the water company. I did. You. I am. My post.
Okay. Right.
You guys like the party? We've been fixing the place up. We're trying to make it better. Oh, excellent. Well, you should come by.
I was just telling him I was there for this acquisition.
You should come by, I'll buy you a drink.
I know.
We're putting on like 8 millimeters and slides the DVD for the kids.
Yeah?
Because I was not just there, I was in the Philippines, I was in Australia, Africa.
Yeah.
I was in the Navy.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. I met a lot of good Marines, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
During the migration, we had to take all their Chinooks aboard our ship for the Iwo Jima. Because the Iwo Jima had 1,100 civilians on it. So we ended up with all their choppers aboard our ship.
Wow. You got some good stories.
Yeah, lots of good, fun stories, lots of stupid things I did. Relate to my kids and grandchildren.
There you go. You have to come by and tell us some stories. I've got a bunch of Vietnam guys there.
Do you? Okay.
Oh, yeah. A couple hard guys, Marines.
In fact, I had to chase down because when I mustered out, I didn't get anything on my DD 214. And basically blue water. So I went to chase it all down, got all the news.
Yeah, but see, they can pull records. If your boat got a citation, we can go find those records in the boat. If you were on the boat and the boat gets a citation. So I've done that before.
At the same time, I was doing all my dad's stuff, even more with it.
Yeah, my dad was Vietnam, my grandpa was Korea.
All right, I see all the council members ready there. Councilmember Stan had to leave for some family commitments. We're gonna get back to our public comment. Clerk, are you ready?
Madam Mayor, we're just waiting on Councilmember Daigle.
Okay.
This is this one. The one you just handed.
Oh, that's fine.
That's yours? I grabbed mine.
Oh, you're right.
Hey, y'all, we're back. I just wanted to fill you in on the restroom situation. The new clerk here, she and her friends came out of the bathroom, and I asked to use that bathroom, and I was told that that's not the public restroom. Peasants go downstairs. So here we are again, over a freaking bathroom. It's like the Titanic. Go downstairs. Go downstairs and sink on the ship. Not a really good day for the clerk. First day on the job. Just saying. Her pee-pee is,
Madam Mayor, we are ready.
it's more flowery than mine.
I just want to say before we start the comments again, that if you've already commented in a section of comment, you'll not be getting called on again. I see some folks who have their hands up for a second time. Just want to make you aware of that. Next in the queue, we have In His Grace.
Hello, can you confirm that you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
Hmm.
I am one of the international listeners and listening to this. I'm in Alberta, Canada, and I have watched live these journalists and auditors go into to do their business where they were arrested. It was abhorrent to me to watch this. I live in a country where a prime minister also is stomping on the rights of Canadians. The Constitution, Canadian and American, were written with God in mind. God created us with a sense of morality on our hearts. And to see Martinez and Granberry dismiss the morality that is on their hearts and show their wickedness by doing wrong, by not following the law, not following the First Amendment, and the entire Constitution to which they swore an oath.
And using violence, of course.
Are hired and you swear an oath, you need to know what you're swearing to and respect it. It is really sad that Martinez and his officers and Granberry are not following what is moral. As I said, by following the wickedness of their hearts. It's actually disgusting that even the city council, by their silence and not doing anything, I can't lump you in the same category as them, but by you not doing anything about it, you're almost being painted in the same brush, but not as partial. I'm sorry if that sounds like I just sound hypocritical. I'm not meaning to do that or to be misrepresenting. What I mean is that by not doing anything, you're silently backing them. You need to stand up yourselves and do what is right. And Martinez and Granberry, you have a misplaced sense of pride and sense of self-importance. You need to humiliate yourselves, and true change in your hearts won't come until you acknowledge the fact that you have this issue with morality and the love of your country by following the Constitution. By ignoring that, I'm sorry, you won't see change. I hope and pray that God can fix your hearts and that He helps you change, and that you either step down and resign, or you step up, become courageous men, and say you were wrong. You were willing to admit that. That's great.
Thank you. That's the extent of your time. And we'll move on to
What happened to
Teresa.
this one? Did she excuse herself?
Martinez left also. Walked out.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much, Ms. Mayor, for taking my call. And I want to thank council members. I live in Colorado Springs. I've called Colorado home for 35 years. And I just love living here. I don't want to move and go to another place because I'm so proud to be from Colorado. And I'm also very proud of my fellow Americans across the country and other places that have called in to express some concerns they have with what they've seen. I too witnessed the arrest that happened at the last meeting and was very disturbed by what I saw, and I think we've all heard quite a bit about that. So I kind of wanted to move a different direction here. Regan Vincent and DMA, I've had opportunity to work with them in the past, and they're some of the kindest people I've ever met. They're wonderful, resourceful people that always want to help others and make their world a better place. And they're out there doing it. They're doing a great job at that, and they've really provided many good examples. I know that they have to deal, they show through their videos a lot of the frustrations that they're encountering and concerns, and it is hard to sit back and watch and not want to get involved and do something as well. I also wanted to ask the council and the mayor to please consider using this evening as an opportunity to move forward in a positive direction. It's always hard to hear criticism and have people express that they're disappointed with us and we haven't maybe done our job, but it's also an opportunity to make a change. And I would just hope that tonight that the council would acknowledge the many people who have called and expressed their concern, and that you would start taking a closer look at what you can do to make things better. Maybe it wasn't you that participated in some of the things that you're getting complaints about, but maybe you can help the person who did, or give them advice or encourage them to move on. I have witnessed the clerks before, several of them have just run the minute somebody comes to the counter. And it's almost as if they don't even know how to get a form and hand it through the glass window. So these are concerning things, and I would just hope that let's just use this as an opportunity to change and correct the mistakes, and to acknowledge the people that are taking their time and energy and efforts to call in and be there in person and let you know that we have concerns, and we just want it to get fixed. We just want people to just do their job. So anyway, thank you very much, and I wish everyone a safe travel home tonight and good evening. Thank you for letting me speak.
Next, tonight we'll hear from Lonnie.
Hello, everybody. Hey, you council members, you having a good time tonight? Mayor, are you having a good time tonight? Is the city manager retired having a good time tonight? How about you, Chief Martinez? Are you enjoying this? I bet you're all sitting there thinking, God, why do we have to do these meetings and let these people talk? I know that's what you're thinking, because I see the look on your faces. It's disgusting. Hey, I know that we do not live in a constitutional republic. The United States federal government, every state, council, and city in this country is listed as a corporation on Dun & Bradstreet. And that's why you all are sitting there, all your council members, the city manager retard, and Chief Martinez with these dull, dumb looks on your faces, because you know that you don't have to care about what we the people want to think or say, because you're going to follow your corporate orders. And you know I'm speaking the truth. You don't care about the people. Chief Martinez, I used to be a solid back blue person, but over the last 3.5 to 4 years, what I've seen all police, not only in our country, but around the world, do by following corporate orders, is disgusting, it's immoral, it's evil. You are all evil people. Every single one of you city council members need to resign right now. City council, city manager needs to resign right now. And Chief Martinez, you need to resign, and your complete entire department needs to resign. And then after you do that, you all get to go to prison. Because that's how we the people, 330 million Americans feel about people like you. I rest.
Thank you, Lonnie. Next, we'll hear from Scalzo Photo.
Yes.
Great. Can you hear me? Hello. Yes. Okay. Yeah, Scalzo Photo. My contact information is at scalzophoto.com. So I want to start off by complimenting one of the police officers there. I'm not sure if her name, perhaps Martinez can find that out. She actually did an excellent job from what I hear. During one of the arrests from one of the females, one of the women that was arrested, the female officer had to push one of the male officers off of the woman, and the female officer actually scolded the male officer because he was being abusive to the woman. And I want to get some more information on this. Hopefully Martinez can look into this. Because I want to put a complaint on her, and if this is true, she obviously had a reason to do that, I would imagine. I mean, she wouldn't just push a male officer off for no reason, so that's something she should look into. And the male officer should be, I mean, I would fire him personally, because I have high standards. But, you know, it's up to you. I mean, in my opinion, high standards are not anti-police, you know. So, and I also heard something about a male officer choking on one of the women, perhaps the same woman, during that unethical arrest. So we should look into that. And one of the things I want to bring up is that the First Amendment is America. Without the First Amendment, America has no value. So basically, Administrator Strawberry literally used the words of the First Amendment to ban the First Amendment. I mean, I'm not joking. That's what happened.
Yeah.
And one of the callers brought up that limited public forum. The limited public forum doesn't give the government the right to ban the First Amendment altogether. Limitations on the First Amendment and limited public forums relate to loud protests. Like if that group of 15 people had brought loudspeakers in and were banging drums, and then you would be on solid ground to escort them out of the buildings, perhaps, but not other. You can't ban religion. You can't ban expressing ideas, speech. Cameras are quiet. So when I talk about limitations and limited public forums, I'm not talking about cameras. And if cameras are not press tools, I mean, NBC uses cameras, CBS, Fox News, everyone uses cameras. If you ban cameras, you ban press, you ban NBC, you ban everyone else. So Administrator Strawberry literally banned the First Amendment, which is wild. I can't imagine how he even pulled that off. So, and if cameras aren't allowed in City Hall, then any illusion of citizen-involved government is gone. Anyway, let me have 15 seconds left. So I hope Martinez can find out who that female officer is. I really would like to praise her for pushing that goon, that low standards male off of her, off of the woman, off of the victim. So we should look into that. Thank you very much.
Yes. Next up, we have Trish. Or Trish Horton.
Hello, can you hear me? Hello?
Yes, go ahead.
I live in Thornton, Colorado. My name is Trish, and I witnessed the disgusting display of tyranny as well the other day. And I want to encourage everyone that lives in Colorado and around the Denver metro area to not shop Sheridan. Boycott Sheridan. Don't do business in Sheridan. Shame on
River
Sheridan.
Point.
Get them where it hurts, and it hurts in their pocketbooks.
And
Thank
don't pay photo radar.
Thank you, Trish. Up next is Marcy Fox.
Hello?
Hello.
Okay. Hi, I as well witnessed what happened, the other day, and I'm from California, but I have family in Colorado, and it hurt my heart to see what was going on, because they were doing a peaceful protest, which we are allowed by the First Amendment, and peacefulness should never be met with violence. And I think that Administrator Granberry should look at himself and look at his actions, maybe take a step back and look at your guys' actions objectively. I don't know why anybody would forward an email from Mark Stout to talk about a limited public forum, because he is erroneous in his legal knowledge on this. So I just wanted to say that you guys, if you can't see it from within, take a step back and try and understand the way that you look to the rest of the world. And that's pretty much it.
Yes, Marcy. Next is Debbie.
Mayor, and council, I would like, I don't, I have a problem speaking. I would like my advocate, you may to speak for my time, please. Can you speak for me while you're there?
He can't speak.
Who are you asking to speak?
He needs accommodations.
We've got the
Right here.
chat.
He wants me to speak for him,
via the
Mayor.
chat.
You
He's
turned the
asking
chat
for
off.
access. No, the chat's working fine. And it has been all along. There's comments in the chat right now.
So you're running the clock.
Can he speak for me as an advocate?
The chat is open if you'd like to type in there, Daddy.
I don't, not so good.
He wants his chat.
Mayor, can you speak with my time? Please?
Mayor, I just go ahead and let him.
Communicate what you want to say to him.
He knows what needs to be said.
As they let the clock run
I will
out.
allow, whoever you're asking to speak for a minute 40, and,
Thank you, Mayor, I appreciate it. Hey, Fab Daddy, thank you for calling into the Zoom meeting. I appreciate you, man, I appreciate your support. So, guys, a couple people said, hey, how long are your guys' meetings? They're not usually this long, right? And I think that the first time that Big Sis Regan Benson and I came in here, made public comment, I think you guys, there's a lot, you guys are paying attention now, we appreciate that. There's a lot of people doing the same stuff in the beginning of this meeting on their cell phones. Martinez has been on his cell phone basically half the time. Every time I look over there, he's got his face down. I look up, he's got on his cell phone. Granberry's buried in his laptop over there. So I appreciate you guys taking this seriously and paying attention to us, the members up here right now. And again, I think the first time we were here, we saw a lot more of that distraction and people weren't taking it serious. Oh, there's just some people here. We'll just let them speak and it's be on our way. This is going to be the end of it. As you can see, this isn't the end of it, guys. And every time that you guys push back, you make it harder and harder. Again, it started from just the footage on Deborah's phone. Just give me the footage. You pushed back, made it harder. We came back, made more videos. You pushed back, made it harder, made up an unconstitutional administrative order. It's a piece of paper with no law. We came back with 15 people to challenge that, and we're here for business also. What happened? We got arrested. 5 of us got arrested, locked in a cage. And the rest of them got left under threat of arrest, under threat of violence. Because what government does, government is a monopoly on the use of force in a specific geographic area. So you guys threatened them with violence. You coerced them into leaving a public building that they paid for. And as you can see, look how long we're here, guys. It's almost 10 o'clock. We started at 7. Because people keep calling in and calling in and calling in. The people are speaking. They are redressing their government right now. And thank you, everyone that's been calling in. Thank you so much for your support. It means so much to me, Sweet Tea, Regan Benson, Johnny Bravo, and Zach, and everyone else that was there that day that took a stand for your rights. And we took the ride. We went to jail for your rights. We appreciate your guys' support. Without you guys, we couldn't do this. We're trying to make change in our community. We're trying to make change in the city of Sheridan. So thank you to all the supporters. And again, guys, the people are speaking right now. I don't even know how many more people are going to be up here to speak. We might be here till midnight. Just keep that in mind. That the people are not happy. Something needs to change here. These people need to go away. They need to be fired. The administrative order needs to be lifted, and the charges need to be dropped for me and my friends who are just here to fight for freedom. Thank you.
next we have.
Nice job,
Or AFA.
That was nice. Oh,
Yes, can you hear me?
not good enough.
Oh, perfect. Good afternoon, Madam Fuhrer and overlords of the People's Republic of Sheridan.
Does it feel good? There's so many other things you could be doing right now. You got douche knuckle on his phone. You have the other fuck knuckle who could be less interested. And then you're gonna be here all night. I mean, you guys just say, I don't understand it. And having this 3 minutes, it's all rhetorical. Everything that we're saying to you is rhetorical, but doesn't make a difference because you give 0 fucks. That's the amount of fucks that you give on a daily basis. You don't have absolute power corrupts absolutely. You don't run the world. And I guarantee if each one of you were to sit down, take a stress test on paper of the Constitution or any of the articles and amendments, guarantee you don't get 3 out of them. I guarantee you don't get 3 because you have no idea what your job entails. I'd like you to stand up on one of your next meetings and try and explain how a city hall, the sitting building, the sitting seat of government that represents the people, each one of you assholes swore to uphold that constitutional oath, to make sure that all the members of your communities and every citizen that walks into that building has a voice, protected under the First Amendment, to redress their grievances. And you think you can restrict that right by saying it's a limited public forum? If the people's building, the answers to the people. I don't know if you guys have heard it. It's been a pretty popular phrase recently. If you don't like it, shut it the fuck down. I don't think you remember who you serve. It's not we the Sheridan, it's we the people. Every single person in front of you and all across the globe that's gonna stretch your ear open tonight and make you swallow all of the shit that people have to tell you. And it's not shit, that's just what you consider it, because you consider to be above everybody else. You're the people's governing body. And look at this guy to the left of the Sheridan sign, with his hands on his face. He can give a fuck. And get out of my chair and walk the fuck out. You serve the people that are looking back at you, and they're all looking at you like 10 pounds of shit in a 2-pound bag. And that's fine. I got time to kill. This is 3 minutes, I can convert it into 3 hours. I got 30 million views on YouTube. I'll come down to Sheridan, camp out, and get a minivan.
Yep.
We can make this happen. You will learn, you will heal, and you will bend the knee. It's just a matter of time before you decide, is this a fight worth fighting, or should we give up? And it's not reserved to them. Your last name here is Flora, it should be Pure, okay? People don't have to give up their rights. Your town hall's not a Nazi checkpoint. It may appear to be for all intents and purposes from every single video that we've seen, but I want to remind you of something. Go on Denver Metro Waters live stream right now. I want you to look at this. Type a 1 in the chat if they're sharing it to piece of shit. And that's the reason I stopped you today. You better, bud.
Amen.
AFA.
We got less hits.
Hello?
Oh.
What I saw in that
AFA.
city hall was akin to the cameras being like the Star of David in 1930s and 40s Germany. I saw a bunch of brown shirts in blue uniforms come in there and absolutely tear apart the Constitution and people's rights. And what you all don't realize, because you're so short-sighted and imbecilic, is that you are setting your own children up, your own grandchildren up with these tyrannical rules, not laws, rules that you're putting in place and attempting to enforce. I'm a retired military police. I did take an oath to uphold the Constitution and defend it. And my oath did not get rescinded when I retired from the military. And a lot of people ask me why I do not serve as a police officer. It's because the corruption I see out of that department and so many others around this country is why I refuse to serve. Because I and my family would probably end up dead, because that's what happens with good cops, because there aren't any, or they're extremely rare. Now, the person who was speaking previously, he had it right. He had it right in a town recently in Maine. You should go watch his video up there in Maine. They can teach you something about how to how to allow cameras in City Hall. And that was amazing. Watch that. And I've commented on that because it was so refreshing to see, because most of the time, we see the actions from Sheridan all over this country. So it's rare to see actual liberty being upheld. And you all are all tyrants sitting up there. And if anybody says, oh, there's good cops, and those good cops don't stop the bad ones, which that whole department went in there to pull these people out who are upholding their rights, my rights, your children's rights, and you all violated them, you all should all be in prison for that because you all broke the law. Good night.
Next up is Jasper Bailey.
Yes, good evening. So I'm a lawyer from Maryland, and I'd first like to apologize to all the members of the town council for the poor behavior of the supporters of the accused criminals currently harassing your city. It's unfortunate that an extremely vocal minority fringe element of the internet has been brainwashed by YouTube into only understanding the kindergarten level basic view of what the Constitution actually means. Your city attorney crafted a carefully balanced and well-researched ordinance that met with all the current requirements under both the federal and the Colorado Supreme Courts. Unfortunately, Mr. Cordova's viewers seem to always complete the interior of public buildings as being the functional equivalent of court decisions which establish rights to record police officers on the street. As of now, there is no clearly established right to carry a camera wherever you want on the internal properties of the government, any more than the Second Amendment gives you the unlimited right to carry a weapon in the White House. Your city has crafted the perfect test case to bring this question before the Supreme Court and establish once and for all the halls and office spaces of our governments a lawless free-for-all zone, or are reasonable restrictions actually meaningful? Unfortunately, with the extreme vitriol and pressure being applied to your town, I understand why the city may not be willing to go the distance and actually make these individuals put their works into practice in the courtroom, rather than sticking with their misguided and unsupported rhetoric. But your service to your community is appreciated, even if it doesn't feel like that right now. I yield the remainder of my time.
That was good.
Next we have Nick Cumber. Go ahead. If you're speaking, I can't hear you. All right, I think we're.
Hello?
Oh, there you are. Go ahead.
All right. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
McCucumber.
All right. I really don't have anything prepared, but I did watch the video of all those people being arrested for the crime of, what was the crime? Oh, standing around in a building with their cameras. Oh my God! I'm so glad you brought like, what, 20 cops out there to arrest those people for the crime of standing in a building with their cameras. Oh my God! It's so crazy! Thank you, heroes. Thank you, heroic people, for coming out and saving everyone else from those crazy people standing in a building with their cameras. Oh, yeah. What I want to talk about next here is the morality issue here. There is no morality in what happened that day, is there? Is there? Yep. You have a bunch of people show up and put their hand on a Bible and they swore an oath. They said, I swear that I'm going to protect the Constitution, right? And then what do? They go exactly opposite of their oath. That doesn't mean anything to them, does it? How could you do something like that? Let me sit down in this up here. People are disgusting. You get handouts us, and then you come and arrest us for just being free. Just being free in America is a crime. It's disgusting. I'm sick of all these people getting handouts. Not doing anything, just sitting on their ass getting handouts. Getting handouts.
They were kissing.
Then you arrest the people standing up for your rights. They're standing up for your goddamn rights and you arrest them. Because you're exchanging your morality for a paycheck. That's fucking disgusting.
Yep.
You're exchanging your morality for a goddamn paycheck. I understand that a sociopath doesn't have morality to exchange, so it's not like they're sacrificing anything to begin with, right?
Is anything else?
Yeah, I swear an oath that I'm gonna honor and protect the Constitution, but then I'm just gonna follow orders just like every Nazi in Germany did. They still bring Nazis to trial.
All right, thanks for your time is up. We'll move on to a person.
A person.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Do I have Martinez and Granberry's undivided attention, I hope? Perfect, thank you for answering that. So I just wanted to say something, like, do y'all really care for the people? Do y'all really work for the people? Because your actions say otherwise. Let's take a moment and reflect what you're really here for. Let me take a wild guess. The people, is that correct? Oh, and by the way, Martinez, being on your phone, is that really appropriate?
Granberry was.
Are you on Grindr by any chance? Remember, you work for the people. The people. And just for valor, you can suck a dick. Good night.
Next we have Josh.
Hello, am I here?
Yeah.
Okay, wonderful. Could somebody please confiscate the police chief's phone for the remainder of this meeting, please? Is there anybody that's willing to confiscate the phone of that disgusting police chief that I see right now?
Yeah, hold
I'm
it.
watching this on the DMA feed, by the way. So anyways, I would just like to know if there's anybody here that's willing to resign right now. Is there anybody on that board that's willing to resign right now at this very minute?
No.
Anybody? Chief, do you want to raise your hand and resign right now? Don't nod like that. Because people didn't give you permission to nod. You know you're a public servant, Martinez? So if you're the servant, who's your master? I bet you're gonna go home tonight, and I bet you're gonna think, oh my goodness, how can I retaliate against all these people holding cameras? That's not a wise idea. That's not a wise idea. So anyways, I was gonna use up the entire time that I had to speak, just so you guys had to sit here for as long as possible tonight. But I don't think I'm gonna do that, because I have a fun feeling that you're gonna have plenty of other speakers that wanna come up here and say, and speak their mind and tell you exactly what they think right now. So, well, with that being said, can we take a moment of silence for the careers of most of the folks that are in this room right now? Can we take a moment of silence? Okay, thank you. I yield the rest of my time. Could somebody please confiscate that disgusting big police chief's phone?
Okay, we'll move on to Jay Kelly now.
And hold it forever.
Desiree, she just disappeared.
That was Desiree. She's like taking right off of me.
Good, she's more important.
The one that was hiding the kite last time.
Mhm. She was?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, dear Lord.
Madam Mayor, we are not getting a response from Jay Kelly to unmute at this time.
Okay, we'll move on to the next person then, we have Ronnie.
Hello?
Hi.
Yeah, oh, hey, sorry about that. Hey, this is incredible. I want to call in just to say how incredible this is. Is this a Guinness Book meeting? I think I think AFA tried to ask the question, is everybody having fun? I can't believe you, Mayor. By the way, I'm moving to Colorado because I don't know where you live, but it's looking pretty nice there. Listen, I'm trying to lighten it up for you a little bit. You guys are getting just beat tonight. It's unbelievable. Listen, I can't believe you're having fun. Listen, do you understand the auditors, all of you? It's a huge movement. I have 300, just over 300 different auditor channels. Listen to this number. 300 auditor channels bookmarked, and I'm finding new ones every day. It's a growing movement. And that's just what I've had the time to find. I don't know how many hundreds, thousands, maybe around the world there are of auditors. And they have hundreds of thousands up to millions of accumulated subscribers and millions of views. You guys, you're sitting there, you know, did you think maybe, how many people are going to be watching? Listen, it's really hard to watch. How are any of you going to go home and sleep tonight? I don't know if I could. I mean, unless I was able to block this out, be a town manager and, look at a computer and play with wires all night and not listen to a word anybody says, I could probably sleep pretty good then, right? I don't know how the cops sleep. You should be arrested. You broke the highest law of the land. The First Amendment of the Bill of Rights. It's unbelievable. But Mayor, do the right thing. I've said it before. Council, you guys have the power. You outnumber the two tyrants over there. Do the right thing and save yourself. And guess what? How would you like to have a meeting this long, but the calls are just the opposite of most of what you have had to take tonight. The calls should be thanking you and congratulating you for having doing the right thing and being true leaders and doing the right thing. You can get that to happen. You'd have people calling you from around the world because people from around the world have called you tonight, but they'd be congratulating you and thanking you. I don't know. Could you sleep better that night or tonight? You choose. Thanks for the extra minutes. They're yours. The extra seconds. They're all yours.
Next we have Charlotte.
Madam Mayor, we're not getting any response on our side.
We'll move on to Arnie Vet then. Hello.
Can
Yes.
Okay, so, I'm a U.S. Army veteran, and I just wanted to share my, view on this whole thing. Most of those guys know me as Honest Abe. I just want to share with you a story. I was a combat medic for a gentleman by the name of Sergeant Mark Allen, Master Sergeant Mark Allen. He was out looking for Bo Bergdahl, one of the traitors of our country, that wanted to support the Taliban. During that mission, Mark Allen and I'm sorry, I PTSD, so, Mark Allen was shot in the head, during that mission, and 10 years later, he died of quadriplegic, unable to speak, and unable to take care of himself. That man valued the Constitution of the United States. He was a very close friend of mine. I was his medic. If you value a sacrifice like that, then you'll value the First Amendment of the United States, because we had in-depth discussions about why we served in the military. And
He's not even listening. He doesn't give a shit about vets that die.
You should value that enough to uphold the Constitution of the United States.
Piece of shit.
Now, the Bill of Rights. The Bill of Rights was not written to protect the government from the people. The Bill of Rights was written to protect the people from the government.
Amen.
Any other law that you put into place, ordinance, or anything like that, doesn't trump the U.S. Constitution or the First Amendment of anybody. The freedom of press was put into place because we needed someone to watch over the government. It wasn't to keep up with the Kardashians. So what you guys are doing is eliminating the public eye from your building to keep an eye on your servant or our servants. And that's not right. So a couple of things. If you do not repeal or remove this ordinance that you passed, then you are pissing on every single grave of every man that I watched die in the name of this country. And I promise you, we do not like it whatsoever. My veteran community, I have contacted you guys, and I've contacted every VFW in your area to contact you guys. And I promise you, I am well known in the veteran community, and you will hear from us.
Thank you, Marita. We're gonna move on next to Jade Frey.
Hello,
Hi.
Mayor. I'd just like to say that you have the most power in decision-making in that city. You are above the police chief, the city manager,
Mm-hmm.
the DA, everyone, because you're at the top of that pyramid. And so you have a decision that you can make, because these are malicious prosecutions, false charges. And you can tell the DA to drop the charges now before that city has to pay out, like Leon Valley did, $500,000. That's a lot of money to pay out. And also, Mayor, did you know, Mayor, can you please look up? I want to make sure that you see me, because I can see you, so I just feel better if I'm looking towards the camera. I'm sorry.
All right.
Mayor,
I like to get notes, sorry.
Mayor, I don't know if you know this or not, but do you realize that the police have seized all of the equipment? They kept the phones, they kept the cameras, they kept everything from these 5 people that they arrested. They won't give them back their equipment that they need to do their business, to do their independent journalist work. They kept it. The police won't give it back. They won't give it back. And you know what? What they did? They took one of the guys that did get arrested or whatever, and they made a deal with this guy. And they told the guy, we'll give you back your phone if you give us all the information that's on your phone about everything that's going on, their community talks and all that, thinking that they would gather up some evidence or like a conspiracy to go against these 5 people. And so that guy turned his back on everyone and gave his phone, gave him the phone numbers to all these people, their personal names, their addresses, their phone numbers, everything about those people. And that, I think, is a violation of law. I'm not sure, because that's personal information. And they're not supposed to be gathering information on private citizens. That I know against the law. They're not supposed to be gathering intelligence and to figure out a way to get at these people, because that's what's happening. That's what they're doing. And they're keeping these people's equipment. I want to say one more thing. And also the bond money should be returned. They paid like $500 each person. And they kept DMA, that's Denver Metro Audits, Chris, they kept them there the longest.
Yeah.
And they hurt him and they hurt that other woman. Think about it, Mayor, please.
Amen.
Thanks. I have a couple people who wanted to speak, they're in trouble, raising their hands, so I'm gonna call on Jay Kelly and see if we can get that person on.
I'd like to hear from some Sheridan residents.
Better get them on the phone.
Do we have a connection with Jay Kelly?
We keep requesting for them to unmute, and it's not coming through. Oh, there we go.
He's taking pictures of you.
I'm sorry.
They're trying to fucking hold you up.
You fucking asshole.
And that's what it is. It's
Don't
bull
touch that camera.
And if you guys at city council don't fall for it. These people here that are
You
tonight
stupid
are
asshole.
agitators.
I
They
don't
do
get
this
you.
for YouTube, for clicks and views. They make money on YouTube. They have a cult following, and they planned all this. They had all their people. They told them everybody call in tonight, give them shit, talk trash, because that's what they like to do. They
Yeah,
go
there you
places
go.
where they can talk shit.
There you
They
go.
like big, bad,
That's right.
tough guys talk trash to people who can't talk back to them. I would love to see them go do this crap at some bar outside.
Already got it.
They would not know what to do. Somebody
He's
talk
taking
back to them.
pictures of
They
you.
would crap their pants. They would run away.
Like to
because they're
request that
all
photo after
cowards
this?
And pieces of crap. And they go and they harass people at work with their cameras.
Photo
With
on
their
your personal
stupid
phone.
cameras.
Does that make
They
you
love
feel
going
good?
in there and harassing people.
Trying to listen.
Dash number, you work for
Yeah,
me.
you are
They'll take
trying to
that.
listen.
That's what they rely on. So just don't
These
go
two,
along. Don't let them bully you.
these two
They're wrong.
are
They
fucking
don't know the
thugs.
law. Just
Right
like that
here.
lawyer said, they have a
Fucking
kindergartner's
thugs.
understanding of the Constitution. They don't know what they're talking about. So don't fall for it, that's all. And I'm sorry that you guys have to listen to this nonsense.
He's got a hard on
Excuse me,
for
Miss
you.
Kelly?
Yeah, he does.
There's people talking in the gallery, and I can't hear you, I'm sorry. So people in the gallery,
Yeah,
can you
'cause they
please
can't,
be
they
quiet?
can't take it, they can't take it. They can't take it when other people talk, that say what they don't like it.
He's pissed. You got
So, all right, I'm done.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next, I'm gonna try again with Charlie Lima, let's see if we can get that person connected. Any luck?
I'll try one more time. I'm not getting a response on the ask to unmute.
What's that?
I'm not getting a response when I ask to unmute. I'll try again. I know they had commented in the chat that they were trying, but earlier.
Yeah, I don't know. There is, okay, we're gonna go on to James then.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, so I'm a cop in New Mexico. I just wanna say, you guys need to like stop harassing them and let them film and let them do what they want. It's a freedom of speech. I've been a cop for 4 years, and out here we don't deal with people harassing because they're filming. And I just need you guys to respect their rights and respect everything they do, because they have family to go home to and have to make money and all that stuff. That's all I gotta say. You guys do the right.
Here's one more try with Charlie Lambert.
Still not getting a response to the request to unmute.
Okay, so I think, we're at the end of our public comment for tonight. So we will adjourn for tonight. The time is 10:16 p.m. Thank you everyone for your patience. Have a good evening.
It's called small dick syndrome.
They're so hateful.
It's just called I got a small dick and I just gotta dig as deep as I can.
So hateful.
I'd like to know why he's taking photos of people. Is that it then?
Well, they cut all the people off that were waiting to speak.
Well, I'd like to know why he's taking photos of people inside.
Are you talking to me, Mr. Bravo?
Yeah, I'm talking to you. Why you take my photo right now? We
Are
in the
you here
middle
for
of a
official
meeting
business,
and you
Mr.
said the
Bravo?
ordinance says.
Are you here for official
I'm
business?
requesting that, so don't delete it.
This
What
is
time is it
official
right now?
business. It's a city council meeting.
You're in the middle of a meeting taking pictures of people. Yeah,
Look at this prick.
Ain't nobody recording. Look at this guy taking photos and stuff. It's 10-something right now.
I believe the meeting is over now.
Yeah, meeting is over. So you were in the middle of the meeting taking my photo. I'm gonna request
Meeting's
that.
over now.
He was
At
in the
10
middle of
o'clock,
the
you
meeting.
took my photo, so you better not delete that. I hope all of them hear this shit right here, right now.
This will
Because
be
this
part
is
of
what
the
this is all
mandatory
about. If you
protection
go and
order.
delete
You're not
that, you're gonna
supposed to
start
do that.
another 6 months, somebody
supposed to
covering
be
your
here.
ass, and you better
At
not
a
delete
city
that.
council
Cause you just
meeting?
took a photo.
I
of
have the
everybody
protection
in
order
here.
right here, man. Here, take
Yeah.
a picture of it. Here it
Here you
is.
go.
Right there, bud. We're allowed to be here for official business. Martinez,
I'm requesting
I'm
that
allowed to be
photo.
here, right
You
here.
better
Take a
not
good shot of
delete
it, man. Allowed to be here for official business, bro. This is official business. I can come to the city council meeting, Martinez.
Thank you.
I'm requesting. Why people request that?
Says that we're in violation, because we're not supposed to be here.
You on duty?
Business.
This is official business. This is exactly
The,
what
the
we
meeting
talked about
just
in the
ended.
rain.
The meeting
This is
just
court.
ended,
It's on
so,
record.
so we have to be out of here. Like, the second the meeting ends, we gotta be out of here. I
You
guess.
on
Well,
duty?
I never heard nobody said the meeting was closed, so.
You on duty?
I'll call you out for protection.
He's violating stuff right now. He took our photo right now. Nobody said no meeting was closed. This is all
Yeah, take your trash with you. Go home and suck your thumbs. Little boys. Better yet, go suck each other's thumbs on the way out.
I had to check the time. It was about 10
Excuse me, I didn't hear you.
No hatred here.
No, I'm sorry, what?
There's no hatred.
Just violence? Just violence? By your order? No hatred?
I pray for you, actually.
You're fucking violent.
I pray for you.
Keep praying.
I will.
Throw yourself into those prayers too, you violent fuck.
I will.
Don't delete that photo.
Go ahead and leave, guys. The
Don't
meeting
delete
is
that
over.
photo.
Oh, is this
We're
an
getting our
order?
stuff together,
Yeah,
man.
we're getting
Look,
our stuff
my
together.
girlfriend's still getting her stuff
Is
together.
this an order? Are you on duty?
Stop giving unlawful orders right now.
Card,
Yeah,
please,
man.
sir.
Don't delete that photo. 10 o'clock tonight. I'm requesting that. Along with 5 other people. So don't delete that.
Chief
Along with
Martinez.
everybody
Keep
else.
praying.
Thank
Keep
you
praying,
for the
boy.
info, Mr. Bravo.
Yeah.
Thank you. You can leave.
Don't delete it.
Mr. Bravo.
Keep praying, boy.
Chief Martinez, may I please?
You Denver fuck up.
I don't have anything official business to do with you right now.
That's because you're a fuck up. You're a Denver fuck up. A conversation with a violent fucking psychopath? A Denver fuck up? Get down on your knees, boys.
What?
1947 we got that. 1948
Hey, you were on your cell phone right away when we came in here. Were you texting somebody and telling them we were here?
Actually, I do my logins, my
Oh.
activity reports, so I have to do those quarterly, so.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
All right, y'all. That's that. Well,
Fuck, he's sitting there like I had to check just the phone, just the time like that to see what time he took my photo, and he's over here fucking recording. acting
he's
like
a
I'm
fucking
violating
thug, you
shit.
guys.
No,
I'm
not.
telling you. He's praying. He's praying for me.
Well, he just did what we're all talking about, bro. You just took my photo and 5 other people's in the middle of a meeting. It wasn't done yet. It's done after he didn't like that we just called his ass out on doing that shit in the middle of a meeting. But now, yeah, don't delete that photo. Like, you just were in the middle of a meeting on your cell phone taking photos of other people.
Yep.
Like, you were just doing that right now. And then got called out on it and then tried to pull out his phone and start making up shit again.
All over not wanting to be on camera.
Yep. Unreal, man.
He's praying for me. Martinez, you better fucking get down and start praying hard, boy.
Do all that. I need. Yeah. You just dropped.
Yeah, he was trying real hard to sit there and say, like, the meeting's done, you guys are violating stuff now. Did you hear anybody say a meeting was done? It just stopped all of a sudden.
Well, she did adjourn it, but you couldn't hear it.
Oh, well,
The mayor adjourned.
She a lot taller. Okay,
Because
there
of
we
the
go.
disruption.
I think she cut.
Thanks everyone for coming in to support us. That was amazing. I honestly didn't expect that. I expected maybe to have like 3 people come in for public comment. I had no idea. Big Sis and I had no idea that they were gonna have to close the meeting early because there's so many people talking. That was amazing. Jody Who, I loved your comment. Late Night with 702, we had that Free American guy, was awesome. Who was the guy with the Netflix?
Nate R.
Nate
R.
R.
Remember Nate
Just
R.
to mention a few, man, there was, all of you guys were amazing. Indiana Auditor was in there.
Everybody was cool, man.
There was so many people that came in. Bab Daddy, Army Vet. There was tons of people that came in. I'm shocked. I'm like beside myself. We like created history here. I mean, this was amazing. You guys are the ones that are helping us hold them accountable. Without you guys, like I said up there, this is nothing. AFA was up there making hilarious ones. Thanks, Josh. That was awesome. At the end, bro, your sign out.
Gotcha.
But you guys are the one that's holding these guys accountable. All right. You guys are putting in the work.
They felt
Thank
it
you,
tonight.
man.
They felt it tonight.
They felt the heat, guys.
It went from playing around to faces all of a sudden started looking up, realizing, yeah, these people ain't fucking around, man.
But like I said, when Big Sis and I came here the first time, they just kind of blew it off. It was just no big deal. They were not expecting this, guys. They were not expecting to be sitting there for 3.5 hours listening to you guys redress your government. That was awesome. We only had 2 trolls out of the whole thing. So that was amazing, guys.
THC Dad says, tell DMA, we the people.
We the people.
Word. Yeah, you got to see more of Martinez and his hypocritical, I'm a fucking blue line gang thug, bitch boy, taking pictures of you.
Right.
I know the camera hit the floor and you were trying to.
I wasn't recording, guys. Sweet Tea, she took care
That's
of
my camera rig.
This is actually her camera. All
So
of her
part of
stuff.
that protection order, in case you guys are wondering, the protection order, you'll recall that stupid judge told these guys they were not allowed to record at meetings.
Martinez over there trying to take pictures of you.
And Martinez was just chomping at the bit. This guy has no fucking remorse. He's got his balls in his throat right now, and he's fucking pissed. And when I tell you that he's a Denver fuck up, he is a fuck up from Denver here in Sheridan to get down on his knees and do whatever the fuck Granberry wants him to do.
That's just gonna be more.
These guys are dangerous. This place is far more dangerous than even Little Lakeside, because even at Lakeside, the cops knew we had the right to do what we were doing, and they did not want to use force. They in fact tried to help resolve those situations with records. We're not done with Lakeside, but this place, Sheridan, Colorado, needs a hell of a lot more attention. So just so you know, this city council meets the second and fourth Mondays of every month for a public meeting. They have a study session that starts at 6 o'clock prior to every meeting that they canceled tonight. These people think they are fucking king shit. I don't know where the hell these people came from, but they like this violence. This place is dangerous. Do not come here by yourselves.
So I started smoking. Again, guys.
We're all stressed out and smoking.
Oh, fucking fed up. You know it. He's pissed.
I actually quit for like a year.
He is pissed.
But we're quitting
I
again.
can't believe that
He was the idiot down there when they arrested him, making comments to all of them. Oh, Regan got you to do this, and now she's not in here. Amanda, you did a great job modding tonight. Tracy, you did a great job modding tonight. Thank you very, very much. You're very much appreciated in here. And you, well, Irish Rover, who's probably tucked away in bed. But hey, thank you very, very much. Everybody check your vehicles before you leave. Kind of look underneath and...
Our vehicle?
Yeah. You never know. Cops have been known to put tracking devices on vehicles. That's been proven. Well, kind of feel up around your bumpers, under your wheel wells. Pop your hood tomorrow in the light. Late night was 7:02. Thank you. Yes, you did. You did. You did wonderful. Thank you very, very much.
All I can say is I hope they don't try to pull that bullshit like what I seen what he was trying to do.
There is not. Is there not one good person on this council? Look, you guys, I don't know. We gave them a month to correct this situation. There were no meeting minutes or any discussion about any of this. And the fact that these elected people are going, the mayor, you heard her tell Granberry and Martinez to let whoever was speaking finish their public comment when Granberry for sure wanted to make it a threat, right? So that mayor, she's being made an ass out of because Granberry and Martinez, if it's not so apparent to you who's running this place, they are trampling that city council and that mayor. I mean, absolutely trampling them.
Let's get the city council members coming out.
There's the clerk walking with Reagan. We like him. She did a shitty job today. I'm just gonna put that on the record. I thought Jenna DeRubio was a little better than this, but the fact she couldn't even let me use the restroom. She sent me an email today and addressed me as hi there. Reagan, thank you. We appreciate you. Whitaker, you're gonna get it done. Okay. We want to hold hope in Whitaker. Sally, I hope you and Martinez are off in the corner in prayer right now because you're violent. You people resort to violence and then use the power of God to justify what you're doing. That's disgusting. This is not what Jesus would do. All right, well. They're in a hurry. They weren't laughing at the end of that meeting, I'll tell you that right now. They were laughing to begin with. And Desiree, who was rolling her eyes and peeking her eyebrows at me, she ended up leaving the meeting. Thank you, D. Tom. They're not praying, they're mocking Jesus and God by saying that. They absolutely are. These people are disgusting. Use the power of prayer to justify. I'm praying for you. You better pray harder, Martinez. Bokomo, I can see you right now. I can just see you. Kicked back in your Chase lounge. I can see it now.
Just chilling in here, huh? Well, you still got 340 people?
Yeah, we're still, I think everybody's just kind
Appreciate
of
you
waiting to
guys.
make sure we leave.
Yeah, after that shenanigan shit he just pulled on himself.
Yeah.
Who knows what he's gonna try to do right now.
Yeah, Martinez is trying to hem him up bad.
Well, he had me too, right when I looked at the time to see
Yeah,
what
Mr.
time he was instantly like, oh, I got you too, and he called me Mr. What did he call me? Mr. Johnny?
He called you Mr. Bravo.
Mr. Bravo,
They got
yeah.
that shit off Ghost's phone. They got that shit off of Ghost's phone.
Yeah. He thinks your last name is Bravo.
That's funny.
Fucking let him.
And you hold up the protection order and he takes a fucking picture of it. He's trying to say, did you hear him say that you guys can't be at that meeting?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What the fuck's he talking
I
about?
don't have official business here.
He has no clue what he's even fucking talking about. And here's the other thing. The judge ordered the DA to get in touch with the town, with the city, on who this named victim was. So when they come in here for official business or to do any business, that they can design a process if this named victim is working here. Well, guess what? Here's something that nobody really knows. Arlene, the clerk, who just abruptly retired on Friday, sent me a response to my records request asking for the information for this employee, his date of hire and his salary, because his name was mentioned in open court as a victim. And no one would define for the 5 people that had the restraining order who this victim was, what he looked like, nothing. They were told that he worked here. So, big lie number 1 uncovered in the chain of persecution. So, yeah. That victim is not an employee here.
Just checking stuff out. That was an amazing stream.
Medical Mafia, thank you. Yeah, it actually was. There were, between the 2 streams, I was going back and forth, there were almost 500 in yours at one time, and I pretty much consistently had about 350. That doesn't include all the other channels that were streaming. So, I don't think anybody was kidding when they said, you better study up on Leon Valley. And I told them, listen to the peaceful people. Nobody here is advocating for violence except Martinez and his gang. They are the only violent ones. Take note. Hire who back, Bokomo? The clerk? Arlene? Arlene's been here forever, and she just abruptly retired. Her email and none of it's I never got any response. Her email's still active, so I suppose it's going to Granberry. I had asked Arlene, I sent her an email this weekend and asked her for the login instructions for the city council meeting because she is the clerk, and I got no response. So I called over here today, and I let the gal know who answered the phone, who's always very nice. She sits at the desk right inside the window to the right. She's got a little purple in her hair. She's always on the ball. And she said, Arlene retired Friday. I said, I need those login instructions. And she said, no problem. I'll send them right over to you. Well, she didn't send them to me. The new clerk did, Jenna DeRubio. And she addressed me as, hi there. After I made it very clear who I was, I gave them my name and my email address. I get an email with the login instructions. And then the clerk, you know, the high priestess coming out of the bathroom. First thing I asked when we got here is if they could unlock the women's restroom because it's on that floor, 15 feet outside of that meeting room. It's the only restroom near the meeting room unless you go all the way down the stairs. My knee is bad, my foot is bad. I didn't want to take the stairs. Whitaker comes out of the men's room and I ask him, can you please unlock the women's restroom? He goes into the city council chambers, comes back out, and he's like, I'm sorry, but the public restrooms are downstairs. Oh, so you're not part of the public. We're the peasants. You're the royalty. Your piss is better than mine. No, what they're doing is creating more work for the poor janitorial staff, and they don't even give a fuck.
Okay, we're gonna head out.
All right,
Okay.
we're out. See ya.
We're out.
Good
Thank
job
you.
tonight.
Good job yourself.
Yeah, little fire from DMA tonight.
I
Holy
actually did get a little hype there.
smokes.
You did. That was good.
Fired it up.
Love you, Regan.
Love you too, hon. See you later. Thanks, guys. Here's your bag.
Why is that?
All right, guys. See you later. Take care. I was in for a one o'clocker. I really was. Bye, Zach. Thanks for coming. You're a sweetheart, Zach. We love Zach.
Give Regan a hug. She'll hug me.
Oh, sweetie, I'm sorry. Bye-bye.
Hey, here's a thing. I should request an ADA interpreter next time we go to the meeting, and because I can't argue it right now. Have a good night, sweet. Because they would have been like, "Well, did you request it?"
Right.
So I can't say you violated ADA, but he literally just sat through a whole meeting that didn't hear a damn
I know.
word because they didn't want to, well, they didn't have the resources.
Zach, next time
If
we
I
need
request
to make
it,
sure.
yeah, and they don't provide it, how the hell are we supposed to trust that they can even do a simple record request if
They
they
can't.
can't put it in a paper for just to get somebody out here to have somebody have an understanding of what they're even doing here?
They're
So,
committing all kinds of
Nope.
ADA
and he
violations.
better
They
not
don't
delete
even
that photo either.
they don't even make the announcement or put
Right.
on their agenda that if you need accommodations, here's our process. They don't even advertise the
Someone commented and
process.
said they turn off that ADA stuff with the comment.
And then-
did you notice the second half that was back on all of a sudden?
Yep.
Yeah, because they realized like that's real shit. They violating real stuff like that
Yep.
for ADA. I liked how two people brought that up. Like, where's
Absolutely.
my accommodation? Because yeah, they were there to speak. So yeah, man, everybody did a good job tonight.
I thought
appreciate
so, too.
everybody's stuff, man. Everybody did a good job. You know.
Peace.
All right, Reed.
Mwah. Bye, guys.
Have a good night.
You too. I locked myself out of my car. Make sure we're not running over any spikes or
Yeah, I get what
our cars blow up when we start them, right? I got all my pregnancy tests. Remember, you get 4 COVID tests per person per visit here at Sheridan. So they come in handy for my peeps on the streets. Sorry for all the roughness with the camera. Let's make a little drive. Make sure we make it out of Sheridan alive. So the people spoke, and do they hand out Narcan? Yeah, Marcy, that's a really good question, and I should find out because we do in Denver, and I have mine with me. Yeah, unfortunately, I've never been in the right place at the right time to use it, but I have it if I need it. And I doubt it. I doubt they do here. How are the 3 guys doing in the room? Oh, okay. 2 lefts and a right. The car's still there. They are tailing. Amanda, thank you very much for being in here tonight. Amanda and Tilts Tracy are my 2 new main mods. I have other mods in here. I don't want everybody to have to carry the weight all the time. So I need mods that can kind of be on call for things like this and understand how little city governments work. I'm glad we were all here tonight, and we'll give them some time to fix their problems. We'll see if they're going to do it. We essentially gave them a whole month to fix these problems. I didn't see a call for executive session for legal advice. I didn't see any meeting minutes that would have included any discussion. Granberry has all the power, the whole entire on this for let easy make an ass out of them. Doesn't have anything to do with people. They should resign. And for those of you that called on people to resign tonight, good for you. For those of you that called on them to have dialogue, good for you. I think that mayor has a glimmer of hope, but she's really not utilizing her power. But I will say, I guarantee you that Sheridan has never experienced this. That mayor, Floor, has been on that city council for a long time. So she knows process, she knows Robert's Rules of Order, she knows her power, and I could see her being uncomfortable several times tonight in her ability to use that. That's why Granberry started taking over the meeting and trying to run the meeting. That mayor should have slammed her gavel down and told him to shut his fucking mouth because he's the city manager. He's not elected. His hiring is approved by the vote of the board. He has no business running those meetings. None. And the fact that she was letting him do that makes me leery of their years of working together. Because remember, they have to constantly be reminded that they work for the people, not the government. Whitaker said he wants to hear from some people from Sheridan. Guess what, Sheridan? Your population is 6,000. Your median income is bordering poverty in Sheridan. You have very few businesses in Sheridan that aren't corporations. People don't go to their local government meetings, and it's a shame. To me, it should be prime time television every Monday. You should be at a city council somewhere in this country. City council, county commissioners, there are so many boards and commissions you can attend. Just go sit in silence if you don't want to talk. Go see what your government is doing. Nobody goes because they feel powerless. Why would anybody waste their time going to a meeting as a little individual to air their grievances and expect results? Look at those people. Look how they act. And this is not uncommon. This is all over this country. And it's because we don't step up. We stepped up tonight, and we're gonna keep stepping up. Like I said, I've never, in all my times of activism, I've been active for a very long time in this state, a good 25 years. And I've been all over this state. I have never seen anything like this. With this kind of power that they're willing to take to the degree of violence. Well, there's a raccoon. He's just walking down the street. Yeah, big old fat raccoon. It's trash day. All the trash cans are out. That raccoon knows when to walk the streets. So even the deal in Lakeside, the cops were not like this. They knew. That told me that those cops were going to uphold their oath and not use a level of violence over a camera or over words. These idiots in Sheridan being led by this Denver reject, Jeffrey Martinez, that guy wasn't in Denver for 25 years to come over here and be a chief of police of a squad of 30-some for a town of 6,000. Do you know that they are literally a 2 square mile town in Sheridan? I kid you not. There's stupid little pockets of Sheridan, but they are 2 square miles. And they bring on that attention with their photo radar enforcement. That's everybody knows Sheridan for that very reason. That's where DMA started popping in over there. I've had several dealings in Sheridan with the homeless. They treat them absolutely horrible over there. Horrible. Steal their shit, don't give it back. This whole thing with confiscating their phones and all their property, DMA's camera. Sweet Tea was having problems with her camera. She was trying to switch out the battery and some stuff hit the floor, and DMA was back there picking it up, putting it back together, and you saw Martinez taking pictures of him. He wants to try to hem him up any possible way he can. And those idiots couldn't even keep their own bullshit in their own town by charging these guys with an ordinance, or any of us with an ordinance. They dumped all of this onto the district attorney of Arapahoe County. And I cannot even believe the Arapahoe County District Attorney, John Kellner is his name. If anybody feels inclined to look that up and write his office, you should do that and ask him why in the world an elected district attorney would spend money, would spend taxpayer money. We've got people being murdered. We've got children dying. We've got horrendous freaking violent crime occurring all over this state. Domestic violence, another shooting in Aurora, domestic violence, murder, suicide. Aurora is also Arapahoe County. I mean, there is big time crime, very violent crime going on in this state right now. And they are gonna mess with this? The district attorney, Arapahoe County, John Kellner. Arapahoe. Arapahoe. Yeah, Arapahoe is right. Arapahoe. All right, you all, I'm gonna end this. Got a little ways to go here, and thank you all very, very much. A boring sandwich, you were fantastic. Really appreciate you. Really appreciated your comments tonight. Again, this city council meets on the 2nd and 4th Mondays of the month. we'll see how much time we're going to give them to fix this. And I think it's important that people speak, because this sets the tone for places all over the nation. And we see small towns trying this right now. Leon Valley, we saw that, how that worked out. Punta Gorda, Florida, that's not working out either. I guess I can really only say I know two. So, yeah. All right, you guys. Thank you very much. Johnny Bravo, peace. You guys, it was epic. No, it indeed was. Power to the people. This is what power to the people, we the people, means. See you guys on the next one. Good night.